the floor.
Yo, check this out. Yo, somebody after the Black Ops. Support Tornadoes, the new YouTube channel, Beyond the Break.
Three, two, one. One, two, one, two.
De-escalate officer control encounter.
So sorry. It's so loud in here, and I think that people really need to hear this. So can we please be quiet just a little bit and have some respect? Pretty please. Thank you.
That's my bodyguard, Edward Jones. I use Edward Jones.
Boys, what are we doing?
Override.
Look at that! He's so cute! Gracias! Dude, this is amazing. This is pretty cool. Igual.
I'm a whirling dervish. I always twirl on purpose. I'm so surface level, don't you look behind the curtains. I'm nervous like I'm Nelly. Kelly's so evil, he not a person. What would a good one consist of? I'm probably not as perfect. It's probably not in my bloodline. My faith lies as far as my fathers allow, but truth I control where I land. I choose to be an island. I choose to pick up my plans till they all seem folly, but I guess I change that present to the past tense. Like Paps was a bastard, flabbergasted. Pap has it running padded, polish splattered, nothing matters. Turns out love an ugly dancer. I am. Generation violence, part of the nation, not hiding from it all till it all become blinding. Fly across the sky till the blue turn violent, mock the passage of the days. Days all ever I'm in. Don't feel free to chime in, rather keep you tuned out. Stick with flat drink sip instead of fizzled out routes. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work. This might be a bold of self-belief. No need for boarding schools to tell me peace is found. I find my own ground, crash my own reef. No beef, all beef. Nah, that bang bang, ski ski. You show the counts down. Clown caught up in his own heat. It's a lesson where you learn to shut the demons out. Nah, I'm kidding. You ain't no demon. You my homie, but I'm tweaking, bro. When you mix this and think you got business talking about my track, shut up, bitch. Sorry. I guess I went too far with that one. Guess it's easy to blame the homie for my shortcomings. Instead of working for different outcomes. It's all love, but it need to be self-love. Need to do this for me, not for anyone else,
No,
but
but when he starts
not for
to
your
get-
approval
yeah.
or the words or the rest of, but to feel peace when I walk in the respite.
Now you fall
It
forward.
should be mine. Now I know it's mine alone.
Like this, and they started leaning forward.
I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work.
Yeah.
I don't need to go your way. You stand and make that face. Life is made of serious work.
Sit down, sit down.
Other hand. That one. That hand. Hey, come here.
What about?
Go, Rachel!
I wanna I need to tell you, I need to okay. Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I copped that cribbo for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and sell out shows until the flight leave. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please. But I've been short on time and in the prime of my prime news. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that straight up potent just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. I know the one I'm talking to, he went outside the ride, yeah. Go against the tribe, he lose your... Let me not even say this shit. I just ran out of my questions. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Niggas want me to believe in the dream that they see for themselves and still doubt in themselves. They might as well light up the L. High top on 10 toe, drip retro. Talking major plays, hella high tech through the getro. Pin game, been petro. Just set it in the flesh hole. Send a text mail to give a wet clothes. On the vapor wave to make a drip drip with the left lobe in the left stroke. Flex up. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back so long. Yeah. Flex up. Shawty on 10, finna go up.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nonito Donaire.
Could this be tonight?
Hey,
Hey,
oh,
hey,
my
hey.
mic works. Okay.
Welcome to Beyond the Ring with Nonito and Rachel.
Oh, you've been practicing?
Yeah, I did. So, is it a myth? Is it...
You just like, there is no foreplay with you. You just
No.
literally just jump right in.
No, I'm just, this is the thing. Is it a myth? Because that's pretty much what we're talking about, right? I know, I know.
Greet people first? Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. You just slid right in.
I know. And I'm the kind of guy that just goes, boom.
See, this is why we have to do this at night. You know? It is what it is.
When I get this
Okay,
feeling,
first
I
of all,
want sexual
stop.
healing.
Okay.
Sexual healing,
Well, how about
baby.
we,
What's up?
How about we say hi to everyone that's here? Can
Yes,
you
yes.
Can you move
Oh,
over?
okay. Hey, oh, there you go. No, man.
All right,
Okay, there we go.
okay,
What's
good.
up, everybody?
Booty call before the match.
That's right.
I see T. Orlando's in the house. Skywalker.
Yeah,
good
Skywalker,
night.
T. Orlando. D and
Stevens,
Carl
and Carl's here.
with the spider
Yeah,
Carl.
we're not doing no what's it called, National Geographics without.
Hey,
you
and
know.
Ralph,
Ralph's in
my
here.
man, Wreck-It Ralph.
This Dr. Doha, Little Penny, Jay Finley. Yeah. So
D,
Mo
boxing, no problem.
problems,
Old dirty boxing.
See, I feel like old dirty boxing, like this should be a topic for him, right? Don't you think? Like I feel like it
Old
fits in.
dirty.
It depends on what dirty
Hey,
you're talking about.
exactly, right?
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead.
No, but I'm saying, is it a myth?
What?
Right? Boom, boom, boom. Is sex a myth before any athletic competition? Right? Does it suck you up? Does it suck you dry, or does it inspire you, or can you
Does
fight?
what suck you?
I mean,
Does sex suck you dry? And we're gonna break this down, guys. Because
Yeah.
the thing that, like, we were talking about it, and I'm like, so what does it mean, right? Like, what does it mean for boxers to not have sex? Like, does it mean just to not have physical touch with another person, or are we talking about actual ejaculation?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of things. Shout out to Lil Penny, the replays, New Country, PGH, Big Dog, and my boy Mark Day. We are coming up with a great book about inspiring the people to get past setbacks. So that's coming in a couple months or so. But yeah, what you were saying, I mean, there's a lot of thing that goes along with that, a lot of the mental aspect. Do you feel it physically?
No, but well, let's take it back. Like, geez, you just go right in. Like,
I know, I just like to when it's
calm the hell down.
Okay, hold on, I gotta hold my horse down.
Do
Okay,
like a Zen thing, center yourself. Are you good now?
Yeah.
You sure? You
Just
calm
right.
down?
Yeah.
All right. So here's the question then, right? When did you hear, at what age did they tell you you shouldn't have sex before a competition? Because you started at what?
Very, 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 very beginning. I started about 11.
What do you mean very
10,
beginning? You
10,
started
10,
when you were
11 years
10. You
old.
weren't having sex then.
Still, it's not even sex. It's ejaculation, is
So
what
they
they tell
said,
you. Yeah, you
"Don't
can't be jacking
ejaculate."
off and stuff like that. And then, I mean, at that time, I'm 11 years
Like,
old. I
who
couldn't
told
really.
you this?
My dad told me that. And when you go in the ring, all the other coaches will tell you that. Not in the ring, but in the gym, all the other coaches like, you can't be messing around, you can't be doing this and all that stuff. So when that conversation really happened was, when I can ejaculate, like when you're talking about that kind of stuff.
Okay, but what
But we're talking about women too.
you're
When
like-
see,
you're
so when you talk about women and all that stuff
They
and
don't even-
girlfriend,
they don't talk. See, like Drummond for Life said, women weaken the leg. So we're not talking about, like, I don't know if women even get this talk, like, literally. So that's why I'm asking, like, is it? Do they say this? And at the age of 10, like,
well, I
do they
think
say-
for us, I think for me, I think it was about 14. Oh no, I remember. This is a great story.
Okay, story time.
So I think I was 13 years old.
Mhm.
I was fighting in the silver gloves, right? And I was in tremendous shape. And I went to bed that night and I woke up with crusty underwears.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, does wet dreams count?
Well, to me, I was told that when you nut, that was the same thing. Like, because you take your essence out. They always tell us, my dad always told me that it's your blood, it's your DNA, So if
What do you
it's
mean it's your blood?
like,
I understand it's your DNA because that's what makes a baby. But what do you mean it's your blood? Like,
yeah, like it's part of you, right? It's part of you. It's it's your essence, a man's essence. So when a man's essence is taken out, it was always told that that you limit or you take away part of you. You know what I'm saying? And regardless where it came from, it was passed on from different coaches. Even when he was in the military, he was always told that to perform better, you have to have semen retention.
For what in the military? Boxing or for?
Oh, like when they go to war and all of that stuff. Like,
Shut up.
Yeah, because they always go into war with like the rebels in the Philippines and stuff like
So
that.
Remy says that I was told the same thing when I was 9, but I don't box.
Semen retention. It was always told. I was always told, and some of it was partly from religious aspect too.
I like how Life and Logic said a man's essence.
Yeah, a man's essence.
It sounds prettier than you
Essence.
saying nut.
No, I said essence.
I know, but you also like
No, you
you know,
say nut. I said
segued.
nut earlier. I said nut, and then I said essence. You know, because essence is a man's.
Why are you pushing on my chair?
Because I'm
Move-
getting all excited. You know
move
what I'm
your
saying?
chair. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's what I'm saying though.
All right.
Look, Old Dirty Boxing said the life force.
Who gets this old dirty boxing? Okay, but I'm
life
trying
force.
to figure out where did this come from? Like where
I mean, it
Where
could be
did-
religious kind of stuff, right? Religious stuff. Yeah, I don't know where it really came from because back in the days, during the gladiators, they would have sex before competition because it was their last day. Could be their last day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But in competition, it was to see. It said,
Don't look at
the
Carl.
essence
Don't-
of
don't-
nuts.
don't look at Carl's
But that's what I'm saying, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of fighters who have different things,
but you're
Portosaur
told-
said, Ricardo Lopez says it's the biggest wives' tale in boxing. He never abstained and he went undefeated. He was 51-0 or something like that, right?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it had to have started somewhere. And you're gonna tell me throughout all these years, like, they just believed this without even questioning it. Like, okay, so I know what you're hi dad. My dad's in the chat. That you're not supposed to have sex or ejaculate before a fight. And you guys were just like, okay, cool.
Well, the thing about it is, we were 10 years old, 9, 11 years old, and we were told by the people that we looked up to,
Mhm.
right? Go run 10 miles or something, right? Go
Mhm.
5 miles. We never contested anything that came from the people that we looked up to.
Mhm.
And from that moment, it just got to a point. And back in the day, so like Kenny Adams, right? It's so old school. Whatever you say, boom, he'll shut you down regardless if you're right or wrong. So
Yeah.
that's how it was growing up in the environment that I grew up in the gym and all that stuff. Is people, you couldn't say anything.
So
And if you did
everybody
say
had
anything,
the same belief, though.
if
Everybody.
anybody said anything, then it would, it was you get smacked pretty
Mhm.
much. So where did it really come from? That's the question, right? Because for me, it passed on to me by my father from his higher ups and all of that stuff. So,
Okay, well, so the first thing that came out was that it actually did come from ancient Greeks and Romans. Now, this is
Huh.
weird because the fact
gladiator times.
that but that doesn't make sense, right? Let's see.
Well, I mean, the gladiator times is because, again, I can understand that it might be your damn last day. Are you gonna hold out for tomorrow when you can do it right here, right now? Because knowing that you might not come back tomorrow.
So that's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense that they're saying it's from.
But that's from the gladiator. But
the gladiators.
no, but
died most
what
of the time.
what if, because they did start the Olympics back in the day,
Correct.
So they might be thinking about semen retention to create.
You honestly think that when they were going into the ring, that Romans and Greeks were like,
Okay,
hey,
okay, hold on.
semen
Okay, time
retention.
out. Okay, boom, 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 boom. You do it, right?
Mhm.
And then what happens after that? All the man, including myself, what I do? I lean over, I go fucking knock the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
So with that mentality, maybe they probably would have thought, like, you know what? That really gets me tired, so I might not perform tomorrow. So therefore, I'm gonna have semen retention. Now it's a different story if your life is on the line and you might not come back tomorrow.
So why not go out with a bang?
Yeah, literally going out with a big bang.
Okay, so this on Vice.com, it says, since the days of ancient Greeks and Romans, it's been widely held belief, and particularly among men, that they should avoid sex before any type of sporting competition. The no sex before sports rule is rooted in a fear that sex will sap men of their testosterone and energy, thereby harming their athletic performance.
There you have it. So, and I think because people feel, after sex, you feel good, you feel relaxed.
I mean, I don't think people are saying, "Hey, like right before you go in the ring, an hour before, like go have sex." I don't think that that's like the thing that.
I mean, I've done it in training, so I've done it a lot in training.
but not like before. What I'm saying, like I said, not an hour before you step into a 12-round fight. That's not
Well,
what
that's
we're
a different
talking
story,
about.
right? That's a different story.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it too is it's passed on, and again, because of the fact that when you're looking up to somebody, and for me in a Filipino household, it was never contested. When what your dad said, what your father said, is golden, regardless if you have every excuse in the world or every truth in the world. It was never. You should never talk back, and it was always wrong, regardless if you were right. Right. So I think that's something that was passed on because of the fact in the past, people didn't have the courage or the right to speak to their elders.
Donna said it looks like you're about to cut the show short.
Yeah, I almost did. I almost pre.
Oh my God.
I don't want no 1 minute, man.
I mean, I think like that's one of the interesting things though, because we had talked to a couple boxers, and a lot of them don't want to talk about their sex life, right? Because I'm like, oh well, do you have sex? They don't want to say yes or no because some of them are in committed relationships, and yet the one that if they admit that they are having sex before their fight, that means that when they're away at camp, they have a side chick, so they don't want to put their name
Side chick.
well, I mean, like you're literally a lot of these guys are like leaving their family and they're saying, "Well, I need to leave because I need to focus. I can't have sex." And then when they're at camp, they're still having sex, so they don't want to give.
But that's different people, right? So from
No, I'm saying like when I reached out to a couple of the boxers,
right,
they don't want to put their name to it because then that they're admitting to cheating on their, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they're
yeah.
telling their spouses, "Hey, I gotta go, I have a job to do, and because I can't have sex with you, so I'm out." And then
Like,
they're saying, "Well, yeah,
hey baby, I'm free."
yeah." And then Boxer A is like,
I'm
"Hey,
good. I'm good.
yeah." Hey, Boxer A is like comes on here, or we say his name, and they're like, "Yeah, for sure, I had sex 48 hours before my fight. Look how great I did." Wifey hears it, and she's like, "I thought you said you went to camp because you can't have sex. So who you having?" So anyway, a lot of the boxers that we talked to did not want to have their names revealed. But one of the ones that we could talk about is Tyson Fury. He said on his last fight with Deontay Wilder, he actually did not have. He took it upon himself to not have sex. And I will look that up. But you could continue
Yeah,
talking.
so that's what he was saying. I mean, again, different people. And what surprised me too, going back into this conversation earlier when they said Ricardo Lopez did it. I mean, he's such an old school fighter, and then even Bernstein wouldn't let that happen. But obviously, he was really into that kind of stuff. So it's just a matter of the mental aspect of a man. I would think, because every person has different things. You know, I remember when I was 13 and I busted a nut in my dreams, my wet dream. You know, oh, the ferret is here.
Ferris, why are you in
He's
this room?
rooming around my boy, my son's.
You guys want to see
ferret.
our
You better,
ferrets?
yeah. So, anyways,
I will show
he. I mean, I have no idea what I'm talking about now. I'm just lost now. Yeah. So, I mean, everybody has different way of fighting, but different mentality. Some of them are like, say, in the religious aspect, right? Somebody has to always pray before they fight. There's a condition, like I was saying before. In order for us to perform, we have to do this. Like for me, for a very long time, it was, in order for me to be at my best, I have to pray. God. You know, in order for me to be at my best, I have to bring my. Oh yeah, I'm talking about God now, but yeah, going back into wet dreams. That's right. That's awkward, but you know, from religion to wet dreams.
Hi, friend.
Yeah, I'm the beast master. So yeah. Anyways, so wet dreams. So wet dreams, right? I was 13 years old. I didn't have no control over my body. All I know was I had this dream. I don't remember the dream, but in the middle of the night, I was just twitching. I was like, oh, giggity, giggity, goo, you know. So,
Wow, that's
so
a little descriptive there.
yeah. And I was like, I ain't about to get up and clean my shit.
Little descriptive.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to hide. You know, everybody's been through it. So I woke up with crusty underwears.
Okay, did we talk about Tyson Fury?
Not yet, but I was gonna get there. So, anyways, you know, and when I came into the fight, because I was told that when my essence is ejaculated, I will be I would not be at 100%. So I came in there so sloppy because I was already in my head, regardless of whether it was in my head, excuse me, in my head, or it was really in my body. You know, now I know exactly how I feel when I go in there. But during that time, I played that mentality because I was told that it will make me weak.
Okay, so this is what Fury said. Okay, I don't know if any of that even matters on the night. Didn't matter before, but it's gonna give me an edge on winning this fight. Then I'm willing to try it out. Then why not? I'm masturbating 7 times a day, keep my testosterone pumping. I've got to keep active, testosterone flowing. I don't want the levels to go down. And Fury added, I was speaking to an old legendary bare knuckle fighter from the traveling community, Big Joe Joyce. He told me about dipping his hands in petrol to toughen them up. So for this fight, I'll be dipping my hands. Okay, so anyway, basically, he wasn't having sex, but he's masturbating 7 times a day.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that, right? Because sex is, sex is sex, but
Little Penny doesn't believe it. He said that it's physically impossible to masturbate 10 times a day.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
So, I think I was probably 14 or 13 years old, during the time of my, I got my silver back on, when I have all that energy, right? So when I have all that energy, I mean, did it like 10 times a day, man, if I could,
We're talking about, you probably were.
No, I'm talking about masturbation.
I know, but was this?
But what I'm saying is, every time I masturbate, I feel like I was getting tired every single time. I'm like, damn, I'm like getting tired. It feels good, but I'm like getting tired. Like it sucked the crap out of me. And maybe perhaps again at that time, it was my head telling me that I'm just throwing my essence out.
Dude, you sound like that R. Kelly song. My mind's telling me no.
My mind is telling me no. But my body's telling me yeah.
Hey, you guys wonder why we had to go do this at night? This is because why? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh man, Mr. Gonzalez, I used to go 15 times a day when I was 15. Oh my God. I'll be like this.
Don't you guys?
I'll make 105 if I did that 15 times.
Don't you guys get dehydrated from this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be like, I'll be so sucked up.
Could you make weight? Will masturbating help you cut weight? See, we're just going into the thick of woods for damn sure.
Yes.
It
will help you cut those
weight?
0.0. If you are, and if you don't believe in this stuff, right? And if you don't believe in this stuff and you got to make that 0.02, you better go in the bathroom and just.
You think that'll do point? But aren't you normally like dehydrated already though? Like what's gonna come out?
It might come out like powder.
Yeah, like what's gonna be there? I don't know.
Yo, yeah.
I'm just gonna drop the link because I'm tired of hearing about his masturbation stories.
Hey,
Y'all could join him.
everybody's gonna be talking about them masturbating when they're like 13.
But I just keep hearing about yours. I'm just like, all right, okay. You know.
Yeah,
So
it's like-
anyway, so you know the whole thing is okay. So some people say not during camp at all.
Yes.
Some people say not near competition. Go ahead. Ding dong. Hey, little Penny.
Hey,
what's
little Penny.
up?
Hey,
How are you?
interesting. Good. How about you guys?
Help.
We are great.
Life
We
and
are
logic.
great.
Yes, poor little Rachel.
So, do
Interesting
fighters
topic you guys are talking
abstain?
about.
Mm-hmm. Do fighters need to abstain from sex, and why?
They should. It's not good, isn't it? Good, Nonito? Like your legs.
It feels good.
Yeah, but your leg, Nonito. Even with me, right? Especially, am I able to say stuff here?
Say
Yes,
whatever you
can
want
say
to.
whatever.
Okay. You know when you do Nonito, you would know this, right? You know when you do doggy, right? Afterwards, when you like, I don't know, go to the toilet or whatever, don't your legs like feel really
Yeah,
weak?
but because that's a workout right there. The doggy is the hip and
No,
the.
Nonito, that's different. No.
No,
I'm talking about like
it's like you're
Nonito.
doing
No,
because
I'm
you
talking
do
about like
a different style. Okay, have a girl ride you, and there's no leg,
Cowgirl.
no
You're
no
just lying
leg
down.
thing, no leg, whatever. You'll have your legs. You know, you won't have Elvis. Haha, thank you very much, leg. You know, so no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like if depends on the position, depends
I agree.
on
I
the
think it does.
exertion,
Yes,
and depends how long,
correct.
right?
Yeah, so that all of that has to play in a factor.
It's
Like,
because it's a
I don't
physical
know,
activity. It's a
like,
physical activity.
we
but
have to do-
Nonito, in a sport of boxing, don't you need every energy like you can muster? Like, don't you want to save that for the fight tomorrow?
But that's what I'm saying. It's some people will do it in a week. Some people will do it in this and that. You know, some people will
do a whole camp without
yeah,
it.
a whole camp and no problem. You know, so
Mhm.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. You know, oh hey, hold on here a minute.
Jeez, like go ahead.
I just saw it,
my
so you know,
gosh, calm
I'm excited.
down. Because it's the first time you get to dance for tonight.
Yeah, no,
so-
but hey, hey.
Hey, shout out to Drew Titan LLC.
Make it rain one time.
Yes, shout out to Drew
Appreciate
Titan.
you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a very interesting conversation. You
And
know.
you know you're always welcome to come up, bro.
Yes, sir.
Always. Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay. Oh, new country guy.
New
He's
country.
gonna talk to us about the cowgirl.
Cowgirl.
Hey,
Is
hey,
it
hey,
cowgirl?
what's up, you guys?
What's up, brother?
Hey, no, I got a true story for you real quick. All right, I was always a tall kid, right?
Uh-huh.
And hold on, let me shut down this other window.
Oh,
You
he
shut
stepped
us
himself
down.
out. Yeah,
Wrong
so
window.
so you know, I depends on because it's a physical exertion. Yes, do you come to a point where you might not do it in a day of?
We're still talking about sex.
No, I
though.
was answering his
No,
question.
I know, but we're still talking about sex. I mean, does that mean like when you're just lying back getting head? Is that the same thing?
No, that's
you're
what
not doing anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
you
no,
just
because
put
he was
your
saying
hands behind your back and you're fine.
yeah, no, my hands up here. So
Exactly. Well, yeah, behind your head. It's the same thing. Like, so you don't even need. So I mean, you're not.
Example.
No.
I'm just
This
kidding.
is not our OnlyFans. Calm down. OnlyFans.
My
coming
bad.
soon. I'm just kidding. OnlyFans is
Piles driver, old dirty box and piles driver. Remember, if her parents were saying
they did a wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Not a pile
Now imagine that wheelbarrow. I don't want to imagine them, but imagine the wheelbarrow.
But it's Nonito, Rachel, it's good that you guys talk about this because usually Filipinos are very as you know, as we all know, they're very sex is not something that you'd want to talk about in a dinner table. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
yeah, but
but you know,
time, like we're married and
yeah,
like,
we're married,
like,
and it comes to a point that people need to be honest about things,
Yeah.
and that they're not the only one who experienced this stuff. Other people will experience this stuff, and let it be. Let us share our knowledge, and you know,
and Nonito, based on my experience, right? When I was growing up, when I was going to nightclubs, because us Filipinos, we don't talk about sex in the on a dining table. I found that like with Filipinas, they weren't very talented in bed. Like when I was growing up, so
I don't know. I gotta ask some fellas over here if they have some Filipino women, if they got talents in bed. So that's give it a 1 or give it a 2.
Nonito, us, with the barcadas, right? We would, when we go to the clubs, we would try and go out with like white women because they would know what to do in bed. You know what I mean?
A lot of Asian guys, Filipinos, we love white women too. So that's what it was. That's what it was. I mean, for us Filipinos, we were always told, all the Asian people, they're trying to color their hair and all that other stuff, but we're always told that we find white women attractive.
Yes.
That's what we were told growing up. You know what I'm saying? So, for that's why a lot of Asian men, we tend to go with the white women, is because of the fact that we were told that way, or we were always, I guess, conditioned in that way.
Yeah. And Nonito, in Philippines, that's actually very true, because in Philippines, I don't know if you notice, a lot of the models there, the successful models in Philippines, they're all half German, half Filipino, or half American, half Filipino, or half Australian, half Filipino, whatever. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we love that kind of stuff. For a lot of Filipino, there's just a lot of things that people tend to be conditioned on, and we were always told the mestiza, which is the mixed breed, right? The mestiza, where if you found one, it was like something you gotta treasure. It doesn't matter if she put crap on your head.
Yes.
If you have it, you gotta keep it.
Weird stuff now?
I'm always talking about weird stuff.
Okay.
Country's like, what the heck is going on? Somebody over here.
It's all good, man. It's all, when I hit the wrong damn button on the window and it cut me off, so I'm sorry about that.
That's really funny. You're like, hold on, I need to close this window. We're like, wrong window.
Hey, Rap. I want to say a big shout out to Rapstar Boxing Knowledge for dropping the news earlier for us with Mauricio and his show. So please do like, subscribe, and support our man over here, and everybody over here as well. Drew as well, Drew Titan. Everybody, please like and subscribe.
This is the thing about what this is what YouTube is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about connecting and growing with each other. The fact that Rapstar, he's like, hey, I'm gonna have Mauricio on my channel. Do you want to say something or ask him something? I was like, yeah, for sure. Ask him if we're gonna get mandated against Maloney. And he did that. I didn't have the time to interview Mauricio, and I wasn't available during his live, but he went on and did it for me. So that's what it's all about, is us all working together and coming to a common goal to spread the knowledge, right?
Right.
Yep.
Now real quick. So, and it's funny that the story involves a Filipino dude, which is kind of funny because it pertains to the conversation we're having. As a young kid, I was always tall and skinny, right? And so, I was probably like, I don't know, in my early teens, and I talked to this Filipino dude, and he asked me, he goes, man, how'd you get so tall, right? And I'm like, I don't know, I just grew. And he goes, you do this a lot? And he made a jerking off motion with his hand, right? And I go, at the time, I'm young, so I don't want to. Even if I did, I ain't gonna admit that to another boy. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. And he looks at me and he goes, then something's wrong with you. And he turns around and walks off.
In the Philippines, when they joke about that stuff, they go, if you're tall, that means you do this a lot.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he was saying.
Right, I know.
Okay.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why they would say that to you, because you're the taller guy, but that's why.
How does that even make sense?
Yeah, I haven't
doesn't
heard that either, Nonito.
Nothing makes sense. They just, when you're stretching out, I guess. I don't know. You're stretching
Yeah,
it
I
out.
have no idea, man. All I know is I just was, as a kid, I didn't know, and I'm like I said, even if I did do that, I ain't telling him or anybody else, because I was embarrassed.
Philippines is they're not as open about talking about sex, but then we also have like toys where there's like a barrel man, and then we play jokes on a lot of the foreigners that come over, and we're like, open
the barrel, and then
the
penis comes out.
Yeah, and
I've got one of those. We had one of those.
Do you have one right now? I don't have one.
No, in the Philippines. I mean, not here.
Yeah, so and I think that this is something that people just need to kind of be okay about. You know what I mean? Like everybody does it, everybody experiences it, and but for athletes, that's a different question, right?
We have Mr. Graham is coming to the mix. Hi, Mr. Graham.
Mr. Graham.
Good night. Bless up. How's everybody doing?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Graham?
That's an interesting and bold question, because I know I knew of a fighter who used to take his wife to the camp with him, to the training camp, right? Okay. And he was just never the same. He's a great fighter, and he was a very good fighter, and I think he's in history for throwing the most combined punches in a fight or something like that, right?
Was that Daniel Zaragoza?
Tyrone Trice.
Okay. Oh, Tyrone Trice. Okay.
Tyrone Trice. Yeah, he used to take
like 1,000 a round or something.
Something like that. Yeah, and he always took his wife into the camp with him. She was always there. I don't see how that works. Me personally, I would have to train like Hagler. I don't want you around because things might pop off. But yeah. But as far as yeah, because after all that hard work and all that, you put 2 and 2 together and you get 4, not 5. But you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, like you said in the Rocky movie, women weaken legs.
No sex with women during camp was weakening your legs.
Well, you know what he meant, though.
Yeah.
Before that, we yeah. Hey. Filipinas. Thank you, brother, and thank you for coming out here, man. So this is a very, very interesting thing, because like you said, Mr. Graham, Hagler was the kind of person that never had nothing. He was closed off. He focused all that stuff, and he wasn't the guy who had any issues with like problems with the family or whatever. He was the guy who trained hard and fought and
he compartmentalized it when he was in his boxing.
He didn't put family near him when he was training. That's something.
Hearns was the opposite.
Okay.
Thomas Hearns was the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
I never heard stories about him, but I have a question for Lisa, right? I hope I didn't mess you up, because I just woke up, right? But Rachel, yeah, Lisa, Rachel. Like I said, I just woke up about 5 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
Earlier on the show,
you used to fight yourself, right? You were a fighter yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever think of bringing your husband into the camp with you when you were training?
Well, no, because when we were together, I was still fighting, and it wasn't anything, like we were both in camp together. The problem about us being in camp together was more so the fact that he was like, we'd go for a run. He's like, let's go run 5 miles. We'll lose 5 pounds. We'll go to Applebee's, right? And I'm like, cool. He'd lose 5 pounds. I'd lose 1.2. So it was more so of the fact that we couldn't have 2 fighters in the same household cutting.
Yeah,
we were going at
to answer that question, let's put this this chat with D, super chat with D, because it'll answer that same question too. So
okay,
come on. D, thank you very much. How about for female athletes like Mr. Graham? Female athlete. You're a female
I
athlete.
never had that conversation with my dad. I mean, we could bring my dad up. I know he's down in the chat, but we never had those like, hey, so
You can't have sex.
you can't have sex, you can't have a vibrator, you can't. No, we never had that. Like, I don't know. It was never discussion in our house, and I feel like it's interesting.
That's very
that
interesting.
When you guys were boys, this was an actual like topic when you were like. For us, like that was never like a thing.
That's very interesting. That's
hey,
very,
Dad, are you here?
like
Does it weaken your legs, Rachel? Like for a female, or it's not the same? It's not.
Good
like
question. That's a good question.
I mean, we could try it tonight, and then I'll go lift tomorrow. And I'll let you know. But,
we're trying it tonight. We'll let y'all know.
Look at you putting.
No need to us that look like all right.
Look at you giving him homework for the night, man.
I'm like,
Why are you giving Nonito homework for the night, man? See, man. See, look at you, man.
Hey guys, thank you guys for everything else. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, see, Nonito, your life paid off, man.
That's all right. Yeah.
No, but you know, for her, it's you know, I mean, for us, we do a lot of the work, so the women will just kind of be there, right? Unless they ride, not all the time, but most of the time, anyway. Just saying. But when you're riding us, when you're riding me, and you're doing the work, you know,
Did you say writing? Writing as in writing a book?
Right.
Hey, D says this topic is getting out of hand. I think it would actually probably be more in hand.
Well, that's the other question, Mr.
That's the other question was in hand.
The question is just like, so are those boxers not allowed to ejaculate during camp? That's the other part of the question, because it's like, is it just sex? And if what Little Penny is saying is like, oh, well, isn't it exhausting and all this other stuff? But you have someone like Fury saying, listen, I'm not having sex, but I'm ejaculating seven times.
That's crazy.
I reckon he's lying, Rach. He's lying.
The Fury's a bullshit master.
Yeah.
Orlando said, look, man, no hands. Look.
Oh my
Hold on. I gotta chill for a minute. So
do you?
We gonna do this. Hey. Can't wait to see Nonito with the belt again. Thank you, brother. Chris.
Oh, hey, Nonito, speaking of that,
thank you very much, brother. I appreciate
it. You should fight that Australian dude in Australia, because there's more money in Australia.
Well, I hope so. I mean, that's why I fight anywhere. It doesn't really matter.
And then Nonito, I can travel to Australia and see you, because I haven't seen you fight at all.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, as long as they, you know.
I don't know.
I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on. Jerry.
Yeah, man, them spiders are bad.
Show me the money.
Because Nonito, there's a lot of Filipinos in Australia as well. I'm sure you'll probably outnumber Maloney's fans there.
Filipinos are anywhere that Philippine Airlines flies.
Filipinos. Yeah, there's a lot of
Filipinos. As long as
Filipinos.
there's an airport that Philippine Airlines flies into, you can be damn sure that
I'm Jamaican, so you find us anywhere else though. Like if you go to Japan, of all places, you see a lot of Jamaicans.
Yeah, man.
Filipinos are usually either your maids or your waiter. One of those two.
Wait, what is?
And bartenders. I actually knew a whole family that actually ran a bar at the hotel. No, at the where is it? You know, a BWI hotel. Yeah, you know, it was a guy named Moses. He had a beautiful family, man. He was a beautiful soul.
Filipinos are everywhere.
Hey,
I come from a land. Is that down under? Yeah.
What's going on?
Nope, he's about to show us a stupid huntsman spider. That's why he's on camera.
Oh no.
Carl never goes on camera. I have a bad feeling he has a huntsman spider like in his back pocket. And he's like, oh, and then I'm
those spiders ain't no joke in Australia, man. They're huge.
They're beautiful. They're friendly.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Let one bite you and see what happens.
You know, we got friendly spiders over here, bro. Eh?
Okay, spider hunter.
Hey, Carl, they're
Yo.
they're ordering us to talk to Maloney in the next 2 days. So hopefully you didn't lose our number.
Yeah.
No ducking, champ. No ducking.
No, no, no.
But we didn't understand you.
I
What'd you
like
say?
I like Peking duck. Okay, I like Peking duck. You know, put
That'd
that
be
thing
good.
on a bun. Put that oyster sauce or whatever you call that.
And Nonito, what's the chances of you fighting Maloney in Australia? Is that a
Yeah.
Well, you know, we
I
haven't.
think Carl should answer that question. Carl, what is his fan following and his viewership in Australia?
Oh, Jason's he's not one of the big. He's not one of the bigger names, but you know he's got a decent following. But he's not really well known.
He's
Okay.
got cirrhosis, is that what we're saying?
During camp.
Does he have sex during camp?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
You sure you're watching him? Time. You're watching his hand. Both hands don't get to go down there.
Every 5 minutes.
They have to be up the entire camp.
Hey, do you know that the spider in Brazil, when they bite you, it makes you hard for like 6-7 hours or something like that?
Only you would think of something with spiders.
It also make you dead, right?
On Amazon.
I heard about that stuff.
Does it make you dead?
I
Or do
mean,
you
some
just
people will die from it, but some people
Will
are
just be like Viagra.
in pain because
That's a hard way to go out in life. That's a hard way.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
That's the hard way. That's a hard way to go out.
Wait, so now I'm like, this is intriguing because I feel like this is going left. But did they get that from that spider to make Viagra?
They were looking
I
at
ain't never heard of that.
spider for something like that, you know. But I did check it out, Carl. Since you like spider, that might work. That might work for you, but be careful. Only in
By
small
the way,
doses.
guys, what's the minimum age you can take Viagra? At what age? Like, is it 50? Is it 55, 60?
Oh, good lord! No, you can do it in your 20s, man.
You can't? No, that's not, dude. That's not good.
I mean,
I didn't say it was good, but you could take it.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to be old to take that? Like, you can't take that when you're young, man.
No, you really don't.
No.
Hey, Ralph, you should come over here, Ralph, and talk about this stuff, man, Mr. Announcer.
Oh yeah, I'll drop it in case Ralph wants to come up.
No, I'm just, I mean, some people do because they want to last longer, I guess, or they want to keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like for us men, we have that pride to just like.
No, but at the age of 20, I think what Little Penny is saying is that, well, he's saying like, well, okay, maybe not, but the fact that it should, like at the young age, you're supposed to have more testosterone. So you shouldn't need that.
No, I know. Testosterone is this thing will keep you up
Why do
and
you
keep
always
you
have
hard.
to punch your hand?
Because that's
when
just
you're
how it
talking?
works.
I got a question for you there, brother. I got a question. Like, during your training camp, have you ever snuck out, and hooked up with your wife?
I mean, she's always with me. She's always with
Inquiring
me.
minds want to know.
She's always with me. Never been away from me.
Oh, so you haven't got that side kick, champ. You haven't got the side flame.
Oh, the side chick, not side kick. Side.
No, don't do it. Don't.
No.
Dangerous territory.
Yeah, she's always with me. So.
Hey, Nonito, you're not Manny Pacquiao. Wink, wink.
And no, man, hey, man, you gotta leave my boy. You gotta leave my boy alone, man. You gotta leave my boy alone. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she's always with me, and it just comes to this for the discipline. And for a long time, I was always taught that way, but she's always with me, regardless whether we do it or not.
I got an idea.
What?
Let's play a game.
What is that?
Okay, we're gonna play a game. We're gonna bring
I
up
guess we're
all
gonna play.
your.
I don't trust Carl. I feel like he's searching a
No.
fucking spider somewhere. He's walking around and looking. I swear this
Yeah, because
motherfucker.
why are you in the woods?
I know that's
What
what
is
I'm
wrong
saying.
with you?
I'm like,
You look like you're in Philippines, dude. You look like
It's
you're in
all
Boracay, man.
part of his. It's all part of his secret communist plot, man. I'm telling you.
You look like you're in Boracay, man.
I'm just
Sunny
curious as
North
to why he's
Queensland.
only showing his head and he's stationary and he's smiling. That's what I'm curious about.
Dude, you look like you're in Boracay Beach, man.
No. Carl's looking for
Nah,
that
Sunny North
wraparound
Queensland, mate.
spider, that tree branch spider that you showed me that like is flat and wraps around a tree. That's what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick a year.
A year.
Of that Nonito has been fighting, 2001 until present. Pick a year in the last. Yeah. Pick a year in the last. Whenever he was starting to fight. So we met in 2008. So from 2008 until now, you guys have to pick a year. But hold on, real quick.
Your son is crying
I
somewhere.
hear that. What?
Uh-oh.
I was like, I know.
You notice
I
how
thought
it sounds
I thought I put enough Jack Daniels in their drinks. Dang it! I guess I had to put a little bit more.
Hey, Carl, let me ask you a quick question. How do you Aussies view George Kambosos, man? I mean, do you guys look at him with? I mean, how do you just view him after all these the last couple fights and everything?
He's no Jeff Finnick.
He's definitely not a Jeff Fennick.
Or Kostya Tszyu.
Definitely.
I mean, is he
Nah,
looked
he's
at?
not a Kostya Tszyu.
Are people looking at him disrespectful now, or are they?
He doesn't have a really big following. I think because of his dual citizenship, he like claims Greece and he claims Australia, and I don't know. I like the guy, but yeah, he's not all that.
Hey, bro, I went to that Kambosos Haney fight. I traveled to Melbourne, and there was 42,000 people there.
Yeah, but the top tier was empty, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was empty.
Yeah. So that's.
But also, I remember, man, bro, there was a football game also on I can't remember, on the other side of the street. So he had to compete with that too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was poor timing, and they didn't market the fight really well. It wasn't until like a week out that we bet the fight. You know, like I follow NRL, and like they had George on the NRL show like 7 days out from the fight. I'm thinking they need to market that a bit better than 7 days
if Nonito fought Maloney in Melbourne, I think he can get more than 42,000 because there's a lot of Filipinos in Australia.
It'd be a huge fight, wouldn't it be? It'd be a huge fight, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really care too much. I'll go anybody else's backyard. I'm ready to go, man.
No, man. You're supposed
the money is in Australia, man.
You're supposed to hold out so they pay you more.
Oh no, that's why I'm like, yo, show me the money. That's it.
Nonito, because the pay-per-view in Australia is really strong, and I reckon you'll get more money fighting in Australia than in America.
Wow. Okay.
What was the pay-per-view numbers on the first fight, Little Penny? Do you know?
I heard it was pretty good, man. I heard it was pretty good. Yeah. Didn't Kambosos get like 12 million for that fight?
I heard 8.
No. Haney got 8. Haney
all right,
got 8.
Hold on. Let's go back to the topic. All right, because I'm like watching the thing, and I'm like, hold on. I'm cooling down. I can't be cooled down, man. I gotta keep it going.
You need Viagra.
But yeah, no. See, hey, watch your mouth, little Penny. I don't need that stuff. No, man. But that's what I'm saying, though, man. Like all of this stuff is great, But I mean, I think a lot of the fighters just follow that old tradition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They follow that old tradition, and again, going back to Mr. Graham right here about Hagler being that person who was very he has integrity to what he wanted, what he spoke about, he did, so like I'm just trying to get them back. It's like I was kind of, I was limping. I was getting so limp.
Yeah.
I gotta get back hard again.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, brother. Let's say you were training, you're the trainer now, right? And you had a young fighter who says to you, well, I want my wife to be in the camp with me or girlfriend while we training. What would you tell your fighter?
I just tell him, you know what? That's your responsibility. You take ownership to it. Because if you lose this fight, that's because of you, not because of anyone else. You made that decision. I'm not going to be stopping them because they're going to go behind their back. They're grown-ass men. They're going to do their thing. And I'm going to be the one to be really pissed off at them and then just cut them off. Instead, you know what? Take responsibility. If you can handle your girl there, your wife there, your girlfriend or whoever, you know what? That's your responsibility, not mine.
Okay. We're not going to
But go back to that girl stuff. So
The
girls, it
girls.
don't really affect girls when you guys are having. No, I'm just saying, you know, because like I know, I don't know who
I
asked.
mean, like
D asked the question. Yeah, that's right.
I
D.
know, but I mean, like when we met, I stopped fighting.
Well,
and then when I was fighting, I was fighting. So we met in 2007.
yeah,
I was fighting
we
until
were
2008.
still having sex when
Yeah,
you were
but-
fighting, though.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, we did.
No,
When you were still
not
fighting.
in camp. In camp, yes.
Yes.
But the night before, no.
No, I mean, yeah.
So I can't really say because it didn't happen. I would have to go and fight again or spar or something to tell you if my legs are underneath.
Hey, Rachel, do you think you could have made MMA? Rachel, do you think you could have made MMA if you continued your career?
Yeah, but at the time that I was
she's too
wouldn't
rough,
let me.
man.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me.
No, it's like there's only one person. I mean, when we were training and we were cutting weight, we were always fighting because she was very sentimental. Because I lose like 5 pounds, she lose like half a
Because I
pound.
wanted to eat. What do you mean sentimental? I was hungry.
Yeah, you were hungry. You
I
were
wasn't
hangry.
I was hangry.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, hey, hangry is dangerous, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, trust me, man.
What was your weight class, Rachel? That you fought at?
101.3.
Say that again.
101.3.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't. I tried to. What's the lowest I've been ever since I had kids? Like the lowest I've been is 108, and I look really weird.
Yeah.
I look strange.
I mean, some people are, they think that sex is good. Again, that depends on the person. That depends on who you're asking, and depends on how their mindset is set. So can we talk about it more?
Yeah. So here. Okay. We're gonna start from. I'm not gonna go all the way back, but I'm gonna go from Carl Frampton, 2018, all the way to the last fight with Naoya Inoue. Okay. So we have Carl Frampton, Ryan Burnett, Stephen Young, Naoya Inoue 1, Nordino Bali, Gabayo, Inoue 2. Which one of those fights didn't we? Which one of those fights didn't we have sex, and which ones did we have sex?
Inoue won. You didn't.
Yeah.
And what?
Inoue won. You didn't.
Okay. So what? Okay. So Penny.
How about you guys?
Inoue,
What about you guys? Which of those fights did I
I'll put
had
it in the chat.
sex? And there could be more than one fight, by the way.
Inoue 2.
Did I have sex or I had sex?
I would say the first fight you said, then the third and the fifth fight. I can't remember all the names. I just know their placement.
Maybe the Abali fight.
I had sex or I didn't have sex.
You didn't,
did.
but you were
You
pissed
did.
off, so you knocked him the fuck out so you could go have sex.
Danny Medina said, "I think you had sex in all of them." Who else has another?
You know what?
Rick
You
and
know what?
Ralph.
That would be a great question, though. Have you ever been so up in a fight that you said, man, I got to take this guy out because I want to go be with my wife?
That's a good, interesting question, and I'll answer all of that stuff too. What else?
So I have Frampton, we have Young, we have Gabayo, Ubali, Inoue 1, Inoue 2, and Stephen Young.
Yeah.
Which ones did you have sex and which ones didn't you?
Yeah, am I answering?
No,
now?
I know. I'm asking everybody.
So this is very interesting because
Wait, ask the panel real quick. I want to make sure I understand. So, Little Penny, you're saying which fight did he and did he not have sex?
Didn't. Inoue won.
Okay.
Inoue I didn't have sex.
Mr.
Yes.
Brown.
What about Inoue 2?
That's just it. I always forget the
Well,
name.
you probably did.
Yeah, so the first fight that you said, the third and the fifth, I think those are the fights that you did your thing with your wife. Those the first, third, and fifth fights.
First was Frampton.
Mm-hmm. What was the third one?
Young.
Third was Young, and you said fifth was Ubali. Then
Right.
those were the ones we had sex. Is what you're saying, Mr. Graham?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the other one? Oh, New Country. You haven't been saying anything.
I'm sorry. I was just finishing up making my dinner. But I'm listening. Like I said, I think the second Inoue fight you did. I think you did on the Abali fight. I was joking when I said you didn't, but and you know what? I'm gonna say, what were the other ones again? Can you read me the
I mean,
earlier ones?
Frampton,
Burnett,
Young, Inouye,
Inouye 1,
Obali,
Gabayo,
Inouye
and
2.
then Inouye 2.
Burnett. I think you had sex during the Burnett one. That's it.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Those are my guesses.
Yeah. Let's do this stuff
Okay,
first.
we'll do that before. Here you go.
All right.
We'll do that before we.
We're going to just dance. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Salute to the donaires. Love and respect both of you. Thank you, Danny Medina. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And yes, this is we will come into the answer, but yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, are you ready?
All right. Ralph is like all of them. Rumbling Ralph is, by the way, our good friend who announced his fight for TMT and other shows as well. So he's the announcer. Yeah. So
all right.
Okay. So drum roll.
We don't have a drum roll.
I'm just kidding. I know we don't have anything. So, anyways, out of all of them, name me the names.
Carl Frampton.
Sex.
What was the number placement too? Because I want to see if I was right.
Carl Frampton's number 1. That's where we started. Carl Frampton.
Sex.
Ryan Burnett.
Sex.
Stephen Young.
Sex.
Inouye.
First one. Sex.
Nordine Obali.
Sex.
Raymark Gabayo.
Sex.
Inouye Part 2.
No sex.
Damn, maybe you should have had sex.
Okay.
So
it wasn't my decision, by the way.
Yeah, I said to myself, because the first fight was very close. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do this right. You know, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it like Hagler. I'm gonna stay away and all of that stuff. So
and see what happened.
It didn't. So obviously it didn't work for me, but it might work for other people. That's all I'm saying.
Ninita, what about in the old days with with the Walters and those guys, and when you're in your prime?
I had sex a lot. Sex.
Oh right, okay.
This is literally the only fight.
That's the only fight. That's the only fight that we've been together that I had not had sex in the training camp or even the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, teach. I'm gonna have lots of sex on that fight.
No. So are you saying this is the night before? Or are you just saying like maybe 2 or 3 nights before the fight?
Yeah, maybe the earliest is that week of the fight.
Yeah, okay, all right. I thought you meant like the night before, because that matters.
We've done that.
I've had before. I think it was Tyson Marquez, and some other fights.
The one that was in Connecticut. What is his name? The dude that you fought in Connecticut.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Maldonado.
Yeah, Luis
sure,
Maldonado.
I remember that one. I don't know why.
So rabbits.
It was a good memory.
Yeah, it was very good memory. Like really good. It was really good hard memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the only time I really had sex was the last fight, and I am not doing that again. That's for sure. I get too eager to. I fight better when I'm relaxed. When I'm thinking, I'm so relaxed. I'm just in a flow, you know. But when I'm tense and I just want to get this over, I make mistakes because I'm not thinking too much. You know, I'm in my head. I'm like, I gotta knock this dude out to get some.
No, I think it was Mr. Graham that was saying, like, if you just want to get him out of there.
Yeah, get him out of there to get some, but I ended up getting out of there. I still got some. That's all that mattered.
You know, when you get with the boys, right? Because you know you're close with all the boxers. Do they do the same thing, or what do your fellow colleagues say? Colleagues meaning your other boxers, professional boxers.
People don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. Mr. Graham, thank you for your service, by the way, brother.
Wait, that's an Air Force uniform.
Is that Air Force uniform?
Yeah.
Army.
Oh, in the Army.
Is that? Oh, okay, that's an Army. Your dress. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you for your service, man. You know, much respect.
Thank you.
But yeah, a lot of fighters will not do that because it messes with their head, you know. And when they get messed up in the head, they just can't function properly. It messed me up because I'm not used to all this energy coming into me and just eagerness and this feeling of impatience. You know, for me, when I'm calm and relaxed, I can think, I see things. I'm more of the general going into that fight.
So do you feel like it's more mental than anything?
I think it's all mental. I think it's all mental. The way people come in there and the way they perform is that mental aspect of, oh man, I did it. I can't believe I did it. Man, I don't know. You know, I was always told.
This is like a sin.
Yeah. I was always told that I'm not supposed to do it, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, it messes them up, you know, it messes them up mentally. You know, Rick Tim the third, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Yes.
First time I'm seeing you on cam.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, this is everybody showing up because, you know, it's sex talk, you know. And
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, can y'all hear me
We need a
clearly?
female in the panel. We need a
we hear
female
you
in the
fine.
panel.
Yeah, you're
Apart from Rachel.
Yeah, you know, you just brought up a good topic there, you know, brother. Brother, when you said, you know, after you had sex with your wife and you were going to the fight, you started to worry. So I was going to ask you, you know, did that play any tricks with your mind about, okay, well, they said I shouldn't do it and my legs might be weak and yada yada yada. But that was
100%. Everything that we do is the mental aspect, because the only thing is, say, if we have a condition that in order for us to be at a top shape, we can't have sex, and you're going to go out there. But if you have sex, then it takes away part of your mind because it doesn't meet your condition. So when you go into the fight, you're going to have a doubt in the back of your head stating that, man, I'm not at my best because I had sex. And when you start saying that in the back of your head, guess what? You are not at 100%. So 100%, when it comes down to fighting and all of this stuff, it's all the mental aspect. When you start believing in it, then it start, you know, like they say, you are your own enemy, worst enemy.
Rick, Tim, do you have any this is you asking me?
absolutely true.
That sounds weird for me to ask.
What?
If he has any like sports stories and
Yeah, do you know sports, any kind of that type of story regarding of the sex and all of that stuff?
Right. Yeah, that's what I had mentioned to Rachel earlier. I had a little personal testimony about this topic.
Preach, brother, preach.
Actually, on two separate occasions. All right, you know, I've always been in sports, you know, in high school, college, and before football or basketball games, I would never ever even think about considering sex day of. But in track, you know, I reluctantly ran track my senior year, so I didn't really care as much. So one day of a track meet, I said, man, you know what? We had 2 hours before the meet, and we was always told to stay away from sex on the day of the track meet. And I'm like, man, I'm finna go smash me something. The hell with that. I went and did it. Came back, went to the track meet, and I ran like a deer that day. I mean, I had no fatigue at all. So check it out. Yeah, I did very well, man. So fast forward 2 weeks later, I tried to duplicate that, and oh, buddy, hey, I had that monkey on my back running that 400-meter dash, and hey, my legs were gone, Nonito. So I guess it varies, man. How much rest you had the night before? Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man, but it caught up with me that second time.
No, but Rick, you have to. I mean, to do a science experiment, you have to keep the same condition. So it has to be like. It has to be the same position for the same time.
It has to be everything. So if you did doggy style that time, guess what? Your legs are gone. Now, if you did the same thing or she rode you, you know what? That might have been
In other words, you gotta replicate the action.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, and you know what? It was a different girl. It was a different girl the second time too. So
yeah. Tio said, was it the same lady? So it was a different girl. So hey, she might have look. I believe in energy, right? She might have just sucked your energy. Was the other way. You know,
yeah, man, that was funny, man. I guess, but yeah, it really varies, I guess, man.
Or one was just too good and one wasn't that good.
One of them, that second girl really took you to task, man.
It was like,
Hey, and y'all, and look, check this out, y'all. The cold part, I remember the first girl. I don't remember who the second girl was.
See,
though.
that's the proof right Man, she worked you so good you don't even remember her name.
I don't even remember her name, man. God, dog. That's
That's hilarious, man. But all of that, though, man, like we all have that experience, you know. But for me, I've done it enough where I've done it in the training camp, I've done it in sparring, and I've done it
not in sparring.
No, on sparring days. What I'm saying, sparring days or the night before sparring. I've done it enough to know how my body functions. So going into all the fights, like it don't really bother me. But for the people that don't have that experience, they think that it takes away a lot of their energy. They think that it's a detriment to their game. So again, I truly believe that it's just whoever have that mindset, whether they get affected by it, it's their mindset of how they perceive the whole situation. So I mean that's how I've worked at it. You know what I'm saying? And as a young child, when I was 13, when I did my wet dream, when I fought, I didn't have nothing in my leg because in my head, my dad always told me that if you bust or you have sex, it's gonna drain you. So when I went to the fight and I looked like shit, so again, it was in the mental aspect of me because it don't affect me no more. I do it all the time. So, that's what I think. What do y'all
think? How did y'all come up with this topic is what I want to ask you. How did you come up with this topic?
So we came with a day like Thursday. We want to talk about sex, or sex and boxing, and just that topic of just the feeling of like say for maybe on the next topic we'll talk about cheating in boxing and how does that affect the whole situation when you have issues in the house and you go to box. So we want to make our Thursday some type of sex and marriage and boxing and all that issue that goes along with it, and that's why we want to do it at night. Usually we're coming in the morning at 9 o'clock in the morning here Pacific time. We'll talk about boxing, but I think Thursday, I think it's something that needs to be talked about. What other, not just boxing, but part of boxing that affects boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a bold topic to pick because I think you're the only couple I know that's on social media that talks to the fans, and you don't see anybody else that's putting the two together, sex and boxing. So that was a good, bold, out of the box type of conversation, which I appreciate because I'm sick of the back and forth with, oh, he's better. I'm sick of that. So this is a much better conversation.
I appreciate you guys coming in and just sharing your stories and just taking the feedback and all of that stuff, because I think sex is a big part of boxing. No matter what you look at, it's a big part of boxing. Now we answered. For me, from my answer is it don't affect me as a fighter because I've done it now, but in the past it affected me tremendously because I believe that if I did it, I was going to be weak. So what I believe is the mental aspect is definitely the key to understanding whether it affects you or not. So, but yeah, I believe that this topic is something that needs to be out there. And for me, it's fun as hell. Who doesn't like talking about sex? Who doesn't like?
You know what? I want to play you something, if you don't mind. That'll definitely go good with this topic. You know, here you go. Got that right, baby. That's why we got little Julie over there. You ever saw that movie?
Which one is
Bang,
that?
bang, 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 bang. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
They said, "Wow,
Man, I got to see him right before he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boomerang.
he came
I was
in.
from Boomerang. I was from Boomerang, Nonito. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, man. What was you saying?
Oh, Con Shonnery says Wilder doesn't bang, but he masturbates. See, and
Same thing as Fury.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing is, I truly believe if you do it, if you have sex and you masturbate, it's the same thing, unless you're doing a crazy position where it drains your body sexually.
Hey, shout out to girl behind the mic if you want to come up and talk about sex.
Yeah.
And competition. Well,
competition.
Well, no.
Hello, girl behind the mic. How are you?
Please go and
we actually know each other.
and you know it, yeah, and she you know she's actually an author, so you know you go out and support.
Yes.
But what I wasn't talking about competition. I was talking about like just physical activity I did.
Well, if you do like, for instance, Roy Jones, right? Do you remember before he fought, he played basketball, right?
Yep.
Roy was always doing that, you know. So that's a physical thing, right? And I'm pretty sure Roy's having sex all over the place
But
too.
you were saying that it doesn't. That's not taking your essence, which is such a beautiful word. But it's
Essence.
Not, it's
No, I was talking about
your essence.
back when I was younger, when I thought that it was taking my essence.
Mhm. Yeah. It's such a beautiful
Therefore,
word.
I know it's essence. You know, it's beautiful.
Mhm.
You know, it's not like, oh, back
Your
then when
color.
I would nut.
Yeah, no, not as
You
pretty.
know, I
Not
would
as
bust a
pretty.
nut. I would bust a nut in her
Not as
face.
Okay now.
Hey,
Okay
hey,
now.
you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
Hey, let me say this, y'all. Let me add this. I just heard
I'm too young for this conversation. I'm too young.
My bad.
I almost like spit over
Hey.
all of them, thinking like,
I'm like, in your face.
hey, according to Nip Tuck, that actually is a really
Like,
good
you're like,
face cream.
hey now, hey
no,
now.
it's a great face cream. So I'm just saying.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah, but
hey,
yeah. Oh, you have beautiful skin, baby. Hold on,
Hey.
man.
You two are hilarious and like a boxing treasure. I'm not just saying that because I'm on
man,
the show.
we
So
love
I
the
actually mean that.
camaraderie, man.
You
It's
two are
seriously.
hilarious, man.
Nonito.
Hilarious.
Man, somebody just said something about masturbate. You know, as far as ejaculating. Look, I'm one of the people. I'm anti-masturbate. I'm the type of fella that just absolutely refuse to have sex with my hand. You know, I just wait.
Well,
You know,
you
I'm
know-
one of them kind of fellas.
You know
Yeah.
what? I am with you with that because
he doesn't like Pamela.
you know I don't like Pamela or Angela. They just don't get along with me, man. I just can't do it. You know.
I ain't calling nobody master. I ain't calling nobody master.
Yes, master, beta. Oh, but
Oh,
I'm,
wait. And side note,
I know.
there
I know.
actually, you knew I was gonna go here.
Yeah, you can
There,
go.
there is in Taekwondo. There
Yeah,
is.
his name is Mr. Bates.
Yeah.
But in Taekwondo, anybody who is in your, you know, the fourth degree black belt,
Is
you
a
got to
master.
call him master. So you call him, hello, Master Bates. So that's
Sorry, that
messed
was a
up.
side note.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to masturbate. I just not a masturbator, you know.
I'm sorry, but when you said masturbate, I had other thoughts run through my head.
No,
I'm not.
That reminds me of that line that they use that in the line in their old Richard Pryor movie.
Now you know why this had to be at a night. Like everyone's like, why are they going at?
Yeah,
night? And I
yeah.
was
But
like,
this I was
because
telling
this
them,
is
every
awesome.
Thursday night we're gonna talk about sex or issues along marriage and you know and sex and boxing and stuff like that. So, but what I'm saying is, I am not into the masturbation. I mean, I know a lot of people love it and all that stuff, and it feels good when I get there, but I just don't get there enough, you know. So I just, you know,
Hey man, you got Rachel. You ain't got no business masturbating. The hell?
I'm an athlete, so she only gives me 1, twice, 3, maybe 4, and I'm like, I need 7.
No, no, you're gonna be on the couch tonight, brother. You're gonna be on the couch. Come on now.
I know.
Cut it out.
I'll behave.
He's trying to be like Fury. He's like, whoa,
I'm just saying,
he said
man.
7 a day, 7 a day.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like, calm
no.
down.
I got a thought for you. I got a thought for you for next Thursday. I know you have friends in boxing that have like a lot of children. You should have them on. You should have them on the show and have a similar topic on Thursday.
Oh my God.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then definitely. And speaking of our kids, like we had this whole conversation about taking, you know, our son out of school because so we have a 9-year-old, our eldest, and he skipped a grade, so he's in 5th grade, and some of the kids were held behind because of COVID, so there's an age gap of possibly 2 years, but they're teaching him sex ed already, and they're talking about like anal sex, and he's like, my mama said that's not how you make babies, and then, of course they're trying to tell him like, well, but this is you know, we're talking about oral sex.
That's so crazy.
And he's
Back
like,
in the
that's not
days.
how you make babies, and you know, I was like,
He's
hey,
very
he
uncomfortable
said-
talking about it.
yeah,
but,
he does not.
When did they start talking about that in school? Because I'm 50 and my kids are just finishing school, you know, 17, 20, and 21. When did they start adding that? When did they add that, you know, to the curriculum in school?
Only in the last 5 years or so, probably.
I want to say 2. Yeah, the discussion started 5 years ago, and then I think 2 years ago it started to become like mandatory to start talking about.
I think because of the diversity of
that. I want to say something because I was like, whose idea is who came with a bright idea to teach kids about, you know, having anal? Why is that helpful? You know, why is that helpful in society?
It's not.
I guess it, what's it called, like a protection for kids having kids.
I filled out a lot of job applications and, you know, I've applied for a lot of different jobs. Never on there have you said, how do you feel about anal sex? Never once.
But that's what they do now. They talk about that stuff. That's a crazy thing, you know, because I'm like, we've never, you know, I'm 42, I'm 40 and you know, and we've never talked about that stuff. You know, it was always be careful when you're having sex and condom and this.
Definitely.
And this, you know, but now they're including everything, you know, just because I have no idea when it came about. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy topic at the dinner table. You know, you'd be like, yeah, honey, you know, go ahead and you know, pass me the yellow rice. And oh yes, you know, let's talk about anal sex tonight, y'all.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And somebody pass me the Kool-Aid as we talk about the anal sex, okay?
I'll be like, what? That's crazy to me, man. That is
the longest record scratch. What did you just say?
Man, I don't know, man. That the world is changing, definitely, you know. But my kids, you know, he's very uncomfortable with talking about sex and stuff.
Because he's intelligent and he's raised right. That's why he's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because personally, that sounds more or less a show. That sounds like a topic for you know, my show. I haven't got a show myself, but I'm not going to say because I don't know if you want me to say the name or not. But yeah, but so it's just called the Troy Graham Experience. Yeah,
there it is.
Have the chance, you know, before you leave, like put it in the chat so then we can have everybody.
Let's all support each other, man. Let's all support each other. Because we do learn from everybody, you know. We do learn from everybody. Everybody got their own experience.
The only time that we didn't have sex is the one time that he lost. I mean, geez.
Yeah, but hey, you know, that's different. Like for me, I fight better when I'm calm.
Well, so
when I'm relaxed.
We didn't even talk about the science behind it because I know Mythbusters.
Yes. So Mythbuster and all this other notable website have
science
stated,
website has
yeah.
stated that there is no conclusive evidence to say that your testosterone or your performance goes down before a competition due to sexual activity. So what do you think? I mean, if that's a science, like how do we
So the science in itself states that it doesn't affect you physically. It doesn't take any of your testosterone or lowers it or anything that like that. So again, I go back into what I said before about the mental aspect, that a lot of the things, we are our worst enemy when it comes down to a lot of things that we do, especially in competition. When there is a tradition or things that we should follow, the crazy thing is, and I'm included in this, I never asked the question why we couldn't have sex, or why are we running 20 miles per hour, 20 miles, every day, or 10 miles a day, or whatever. I never asked that question, because when you look at it, boxing, we don't run for 10 miles, or 6 miles. We don't use that rhythm. Our rhythm is like a sprint. We stop here, we go, we stop, we go, so we do a lot of strength conditioning now as a training, as a replacement for running.
Yeah, but I was thinking, isn't it common sense? I mean, we're all grown folk here. After you have sex, if it's real good, you just want to go to sleep. If it's real bad, then you want a sandwich. But I'm saying,
back in the days,
you see that varies from person to person. Each individual have different chemical makeups and fitness regimens.
Some people want a cigarette, man. So
right. Yeah. Everybody not gonna react the same.
Baby, I'm tired as hell. Make me a sandwich, please.
But I think like when we're talking about this, we have to talk about the timing, right? We're not talking about like, how, Rick Tim had 2 hours before his run. We're talking about, at least what we're talking about is at least, during camp, the week of, the night before. We're not saying,
well,
like,
not on the fight,
at least
but
for
on the
us,
sparring days. We do it on the sparring days, the night before or the day, the morning. You know what I'm saying? But that's on sparring, not on the competition. But in competition, we'll probably give it about close to a week or a few days, several days before.
Yeah.
And then we keep it clean.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're not saying like the day of competition.
Yeah.
Like 12 noon, you're going in the ring at 9. We're like, hey, let's go bang one out real quick. Like that's not what we're saying. But I do feel like that's a different story, because of the fact that, like, if you're using it to relax, to let go, to not think about the fight yet, it's not even that close. It's still a couple days away. To relax your body, like you were saying.
Yeah.
That's different. Like when they're saying like, hey, I just want to pass out. Yeah, for sure. But it's not like it's the day of the competition,
right,
where you want to go to sleep.
Because when you're training and then you're cutting all this weight, in between that, you get so tense, so just aggravated and agitated that you for me, I do it right there, and then I'm calm, I'm back, I'm restarted.
Right, where are we doing it?
Anywhere, baby.
I was like, right there. I'm irritated, so we're just gonna do it right there.
No, not right there. I'm saying like that day. I'm like, I gotta have it that day. Just be like,
I'm like on the menu.
Right here, right here, right now. Watch. I'm about to do it. I'm like,
yeah. Between the hand hitting and that voice, yeah, you really. But I got a question for you. How did that affect your running?
Hey, baby, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, we're doing it right here, right now. Can't get enough of your love, baby.
You sound like me right there, bro. You sound like me, brother.
Barry White's little brother.
yeah. But how did that affect your running in the morning? Brother, how did that affect you? You have to get up and run in the morning.
It didn't affect me at all. That's the crazy thing, is like, I felt good. Actually, I felt good. I went and my body was so relaxed. I was long stride. I was doing sprints. I felt good. Long stride. Oh, my bad. Just the way you like it, baby.
Oh my. Oh my.
I'm like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean it that way. I mean, like my knees going up, long stride, not that, long stroke. See, these ain't long stroke. I'm saying long stride because I'm running fast. You dirty, dirty guys, you have dirty minds,
Too
man.
late. Too late. You can't backtrack. You can't backtrack now, man.
Oh man.
You two are very transparent, man. As fans, we don't see a lot of that when it comes to boxers. So thank you. Thanks for that. You're very transparent.
Absolutely, man. Thank
And
you.
don't ever do that voice machine again. Leave that for the brothers. Leave that for the brothers.
I appreciate that because one of the things that we were talking
Leave
about
that for the brothers.
there's a boxer, I'm not gonna say who it was, but there's a boxer we were talking to.
Oh, I know who that. I'm just kidding to get her face.
And it was like dry, right? You're like, dude, do you have any emotion, like at all? And they're talking about boxing.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like there's no passion in it when they're talking about it. They're just like, yeah, cool. That's right. Yeah.
Like, and like, Jesus.
But a lot of fighters are like that, though. It's just that
I don't know.
when you talk about boxing for them, they just go into laser focus. You know what I'm saying? Because I do that too. But when I'm out here, I'm out here. So. But yeah, man. I mean, it's all about just being me. That's all. That's all you get from me, man.
Yeah, we're usually clowns a lot of the time. That's why, like, you see, like, when people who don't know Nonito outside of the boxing ring, and then you see him at the WBC convention, and he's dancing and he's having the time of his life. They're like, "What is Nonito doing?" And I'm like, "This is literally Nonito all the time." But nobody sees that because of the fact that, before we didn't have a YouTube channel. We just did Facebook. We did Twitter, the 140 characters. We don't really get to see who we are. So that's why we went on YouTube and we're like, y'all need to see how, like, stupid we actually get. Like, we get
just having fun, man.
What's great about that is that it shows you're very comfortable in your own skin. And that's a great thing.
I wasn't, though. For a long time, I wasn't. I grew up with a lot of issues, mental issues, and I've had this issue growing up that I didn't belong, and I wasn't good enough, and I was told that I wasn't going to be nothing, I wasn't going to be anything. I was the ugly in the family, the ugly duckling in the family. I was told that by the family. So
wow,
I would go and every time I make mistakes, I feel like I so embarrassed. Like I want to chop my head off, because every mistake for me was I feel like I just needed to shoot my head or something like that, right? That was the mentality. But then I came to realize, I'm like, man, you know what? I can't go wrong from here. If they look at me that way, you know what? I'm just gonna go out there, be me.
Yeah,
what can I do?
You got to, man. You got to.
So, that's how I became the way I am. Because I'm
is
like,
that the fire that keep you lit as far as boxing? Or Nonito, is that a big part of what kept you going all these years? I mean, hell, even now past 40, you about to fight again. Is that rough upbringing? Is that what catapulted you to have so much, determination to have this type of longevity?
100%, man. Like all the way I grew up, being bullied, being made fun of, being called the ugly duckling, being told that I wasn't going to be good enough, and all of that stuff, and it just came to the point that I worked harder than everybody because I wanted to be in existence in people's eyes, especially my father's eyes, So I worked harder, and I trained and I fought harder than anybody. And I wanted to be known. I wanted to be seen by my father, and so that's what kept me going to be a better fighter. But what's keeping me going now is because, you know what? I won't be doing this for all of my life, but I want to do it for as long as I can. If that's 1 year, if that's 5 years, if that's 10 years, I want to do as long as I can because when I say goodbye, I say goodbye, and I know I can't do it no more. So whatever I have right now, what I'm saying is I take my moment and I live that moment, what I have now, because I can't take that back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing is that like when we talk about it, it's so funny because we look at back in like 2007 when we had met, and literally two of his family members had told me they're like, well, why are you interested in him? And I was like, well, I was like, he's funny, he's cute, he's endearing, blah 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 blah. He sings all these things, right? And they're like, his brother's better looking than him. His brother sings better than him, and I was like,
wow.
I'm not interested in his brother. And
Yeah,
then
so I hear that all my life.
So I thought it was just that one person.
Uh.
And then I meet more people in the Philippines that all say his brother is more handsome. I was like, what is wrong with you people? Like,
That's wild, man, that they even would have the audacity to like try to just talk to you like that.
Hey, you know, the thing about me though, I'm so grateful for that because it brought me. This is why I always preach about setbacks. Setbacks
yep.
and obstacles is what polish you to be that diamond in the diamond in the rough. You know, you become that person that they can't believe because if you get fed up and you want to prove it to them, it becomes a driving force. You know, and this is why for me, I'm so grateful for all the setback. I get better. You know, I lose and I come back stronger. I lose again, I come back even stronger. You know, is because that's how I grew up. Is when there was setbacks, I always took it and be grateful for it because I know I was getting better. You know, and that's why I always preach to other people that when you have setbacks, doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. That means you're getting better.
Or if no one believes in you too. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Like if no one believes in you or if people don't agree with you, it doesn't mean that your world ends at any point. There's a lot of people that don't agree with me. Trust me. There's a lot. There's
and
more
especially
so me
now,
than
especially
him.
now, you know, with the mental health issues, you know, and all of that stuff. I mean, people just need to grow up and know that all that little setbacks, man, is what makes us better. You know.
Well, and outside validation doesn't really mean anything, right? So we if you told us last year when we started YouTube that hey, let's go talk about sex and boxing, like we would have been like, I don't know
Yeah.
how they're gonna take it, and like we would have shied away.
Yeah.
But when we came back in 2023, we made a decision. We're like, hey, listen, I'm gonna speak the truth, whether people don't want to hear it or not. We're gonna talk about topics that people don't want to talk about. And it's
Let's
gonna
talk about sex, baby.
my God.
Let's talk about you and me.
I know
Hey,
we're
you know,
everything doesn't need to be karaoke. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
but like that's the thing is like we're here unapologetically. We're both 40. We've lived our life. We've gone through obstacles. We have two
You
beautiful
lied
children.
to me. You
I'm
said
40.
you were 30.
You lied.
I got a question. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
brother,
yeah.
go
So
ahead.
just it's just for us, like, we've made our path and we know who we are at this point. We're still learning who we are and we're still learning to grow every single day. And we're gonna make mistakes, but pretending that we're perfect at any point is not gonna help us and it's not gonna help anyone else.
just think of it this way. Where would either one of you be if you listened to all those people who said all that fucked up shit to you?
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Because like that, I can't tell you how many people I had say fucked up shit to me when I was growing up. But you know what? That's one trait I share with you guys and other people. I didn't listen. You know, and I look, I may not be the richest dude in the world, or I may not be, all this high, great and all that. I mean, I'm just a regular everyday guy. But you know what? If I were to listen to those assholes, I would be so miserable right now. I'm not, and it makes it not listening to them. I mean, it's good to use them as a motivation, but not listening to them really, is a key to that,
This is what I learned as I don't know who wanted to ask me a question or ask her a
Yeah,
question.
that was me. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Before, because I might.
No, but you're the perfect example of how you use a spite as might.
Negative into a positive.
Right. So I was going to ask you, during the holidays, do you and your wife ever dress up a certain way and go there and go to your family's house and be like, ugly, right? Yeah, You see who's on my arm now, right? You see who's on my arm now, right?
It's weird, bro. It is weird when I'm in my family because they're like super fans. Like they don't know me. It's the
Yeah.
weirdest
Right.
thing. is the weirdest. I go in and they're like super fans, you know, and
Like
these are
me,
people
right?
I didn't grow up with them, but these are the same people that talk down on me, you know, why you boxing? That thing going
Yeah,
nowhere. Why
when you were just starting and stuff.
right.
That's yeah.
So, you know, because I would knock on people's door and sell candies and or chocolate and all that stuff and donation and stuff to get to the national. You know, we did that and we'd ask our family and they would just laugh because they would say, why are you doing that? That's just wasting your time, you know? So, and these are the same people that come at me and take picture of me like I'm a superstar and they haven't seen me and they don't know me and you know it's weird shit, you know. So yeah.
And let me say what girl behind the mic said because I really like what she said. She said, "Yeah, I usually thrive off people's I can't. That's when I push myself the hardest because my mom was super critical and nothing I did ever mattered to her. So facts, challenges make for better outcomes." Girl behind the mic, I totally agree. I'm going to just put positive energy out there that she always knew that you can strive to be so much better. I think our parents, like in the Asian community too, will always say like, oh well, you got 100%, why didn't you get 105%, right? Like you know, and you know I feel like a lot of our parents generation didn't know how to show that love, that positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
And you know, and we're changing in this generation. Like my son just came home and he was crying right before this live. So I had one child, both of them are usually straight A's. The one that skipped a grade this past semester, he came home with AB and he freaking was shivering, wanting, and he only got 2 B's out of all the subjects, right? The other, and the rest were A's. And he was like not happy. He didn't want to show me that certificate. And I told him, I was like, you need to talk to your son. And I was like, because I'm still proud of him. He skipped a grade, and he's been top of his class. 2 of the subjects, one of them was science, which had to do with sex ed.
Well, I just told him, look, that's an example. You know, I'm glad that you came at me and you want to do more. Learn that, make that an example. I'm not mad at you. You're mad at yourself. You know, if you want to be better so that you're not mad at yourself, then do better. But that's your choice to study. You guys over here playing with your iPad or watching TV when you guys could have been studying. And I told you guys on the weekend. No, I know, but I'm saying like, you know, at that time, like if you needed, you know, I told them if you need to learn, you know, to get better, you don't understand it when you go to school, then study it and we can help you when it comes down to it. But I just kind of told them that, you know, you got to own up to it. And I'm glad that you came to me wanting to be better.
Dude,
but
crying. I am telling.
You know what's so funny? I used to. Now I was always intelligent but lazy. I didn't really apply myself that much in school because I was bored, right? So I was the constant CD student. I would have loved to bring home a B. It got to the point where my uncle called me because I was a CD student. He called me the cool dummy, basically. Yeah.
I was the kid that gets straight A's in the beginning, and I wouldn't do nothing after that. And that would get me enough to pass.
That's exactly how I got my C's and D's. I would be the top student in certain classes, then I get bored.
My test.
That was me. I'd get bored. I'd start talking and get in trouble with the teachers.
My test was like 98, 99. Like my homework was like what was my homework? Was it like 60% or 10%?
You didn't want to do your homework.
Because I didn't want to do my homework.
No, but
I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna beat somebody. You have to do my homework.
But at the end of the day,
but I was the opposite. They beat me up instead.
At the end of the day, what we did tell Joe, I think that would have helped when I was growing up, was that, like, you know, we just told him, like, we still love you.
Yeah.
If you want to do better, do better. No, you just have to.
You know,
just be like, hey, we love you. We're not going to tell you because of, you know, what A's and B's.
Yeah, I was a lifetime honor roll student, and I actually 1 6-week period had all A's and 1 F. I had a 69 in English because my English teacher and I couldn't get along. And
that's a story, man.
She failed me with a 69, and she cost me for suiting up for the state football championship game.
Wow.
Excellent.
And
That's
see,
that's messed up. That's
and see,
wrong.
that's the only brother. That's the only brother who was say that 69 is a failure. You know, most grown men would be, you know, a 69 is a triumph, but he's in a 69 is a failure. You know, you got to put that together because that ain't got nothing to do with math.
I went big, you know, I went big or go home. You know, when I went and did my test, I was 99%, 98%. When I did no homework, I went 15, 10%. I went way big.
You know,
69s though.
Oh, we love 69. I mean, you know.
Okay, I see you catching what I'm putting down now when I said 69, huh? You know, you know exactly. You know, he the only brother that failed with his 69. You know, most brothers fail with 69.
You know, one thing I did learn though, you know, when it comes to like doing stuff and goals, is watch who you actually tell or talk to and share it with, because there are too many people that even family members, man, you'll tell them something, you got a goal or something you want to do, and they'll tear you down. And the one lesson I learned, and I had to learn it the hard way a bunch of times, was to do it first and then tell people afterwards, because then if they talk shit, I could be like, hey, I did it already. There ain't shit you can say to me. You know?
That is 100% correct. There's a lot of people out here who will steal your dreams and try and kill your soul before you even get to the finish line on your dreams. Because that's why you have so many people out here that are miserable, because they had all this energy and they told it to someone who they thought was going to push them across that finish line, and they were like, "You sure? Maybe you should look into something else." Oh no, Nito, you can't box. No, Nito, you're the ugly one. No. You know,
That's the importance of surrounding yourself with like-minded people who want to do the same goal that you do. You know, because those are the only type of people that will encourage you most of the time. Everybody else, they're not going to. You're going to get a mixed bag, and a lot of people will put you down or try to block you. Even subconsciously, they'll say something to like that you know, they're, even though they don't realize they're doing it, they're trying to block you from doing it by something they said, and they don't even realize it. Sometimes they don't realize they're saying it.
No. You know, they actually realize what they're doing is because they have a limit on themselves. They're trying to take their limits, you know,
and transfer it on
and transfer it to your life. Yeah. You know, you don't want to tell me that I can't do something. You don't want to tell me that.
And you'll see this too. This is the worst. You know, you get a friend who congratulates you, but deep within their mind, they want you to fail. You know, and
see,
those
that's
are the
not
worst.
a real friend.
That's not a friend. Why did you say he's a friend?
No, but because you don't know that. No, you don't know that yet. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, you know, because I've been there. You know, they'll congratulate me, but then they'll stab me in the back, and of course, they're not my friend
Dude,
anymore.
you had a guy that was congratulating you and then told me that he can knock you out, and then we almost got in a fight at the club because of it.
Yeah, that too.
Why would you do that? That sounds stupid as hell. Why would you do that?
We were at a club. It was not even a club. It was a bar, restaurant bar. And then we went to the bar after.
And he was like, man, Nonito, man, I'm such a huge fan. Oh my God, can I take a picture, man? Come here, bro. Give me some love, bro. Give me a hug, man. Oh my God, I can't believe I get to meet you. And then he goes.
And so they take pictures. And then so me and my girlfriends are like literally maybe 5 feet from the table that we have. And so we're dancing, and the same guy is coming over to me, and I'm like, dude, what's up? And he's like, oh, I just want to dance. I'm like, that's my husband. You just took pictures of him. He's like, man, fuck him. I'm gonna knock his ass out. And then so he literally sees me from the table, like going like, you know, like, stop, like, you need to go, right? And so I go back to the table, refill my drink. Of course, he's like, what's going on? And I was like, dude said he was gonna knock your ass out. And he was like, he's like, I was like, the guy that just took a picture with you. And then it wasn't, I mean, nothing happened because.
Well, if they hadn't walked away, then something would have been done.
But it's stupid stuff like that.
Because I was already drinking, you know, and I just don't like fake people coming at me like that, you know.
Left hook for everybody.
Yeah,
no, better left hook.
I got
left hook buffet.
Yeah, I got up and I saw 5 of them. The first guy, the dude I was talking to, was in front of me. I know I was gonna give him the left, and the closest guy next to him was here. So I was gonna hit him with the straight, and then the guy was gonna come, and I'm gonna hit him with the hook, and so I had it all planned out. This is what I'm saying.
You had it so planned out.
Yeah,
But you know, there's a song about that, man. You know, it's from the OJs. It's called Backstabbers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, so our
Yep,
security
yep.
cats, and like they saw. I guess he told them what was gonna happen, and he's like, "So this is what's gonna happen. Just watch my 6, because I'm gonna hit this guy, hit that guy."
And if I don't got nobody in my back, if I can't, because I can't see just watch my back. That's all I just told him.
And so he stood up, and both of his security like pushed him down. Like, nope,
No,
that's why we're here.
Smart men, smart, loyal men. Give them a raise for Christmas. Give them a raise. For Christmas.
Oh no, my security's been with us for freaking ever.
That was her Taekwondo masters and shit.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm
Yeah,
not messing with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm not messing with y'all. You know.
They can crack, man, for sure.
See, then that's why we shouldn't travel alone, because we got in that.
We got in a fight last week.
Dad,
Did you?
Yeah, it was. It was. That's what we're talking about in the. Was it racism? Was it ignorance or Asian hate?
Oh yeah. I was on that video, or I tuned into that video. Yeah.
The dude just, they were messing around, just like friendly.
Literally doing this.
Yeah.
We're literally doing this.
Yeah, just like and then
The girl says you can't put your
one of
hands
the-
on a white
the-
man.
Yes, the older white lady was like, "You don't put your hand on a white man," and I'm like,
No.
Yeah.
You said no.
Man, they went up to him and said
Okay,
that
so
shit.
whoever hasn't heard this, because I know it's an early morning show, we will recap. All right, so
I was waiting for for you to say one of the lines was, "We don't take kindly to your kind in here," you know.
What kind of Asian are you?
"What kind of Asian are you?"
So we get flown out to Philly. So we're like, cool. Like, he has this whole thing planned out for me in Philly. He's like, there's a speakeasy I want to take you, a restaurant, all this stuff. But we end up staying out like pretty much on the border of Philly and Jersey, right? We have our own car. They gave us our own car. And then so the first night we check into the hotel, and I'm like, I'm starving at this point. So I'm like, I saw something called like basically I thought it was a barbecue place, and he's on keto. So I'm like, perfect. Let's just go there. It's like 4 doors down. So we take the car, go over there, and we go sit down. And so we sit down, and literally there's people line dancing, and we're like there for 20 minutes, and we're watching people line dance, and we're like, no one's coming to serve us.
No one was serving us.
Like, no one was serving us. And
so we went to the bar.
Like, I was like, "Is there seats at the bar?"
Yeah, I got some seats at the bar.
Go to seats
and then we were like, "Can I get some champagne?" So they gave us.
I asked for prosecco. So I asked for prosecco. I was like, "Hey, do you guys have any sparkling wine?" Blah blah blah. And she's like, "We have champagne." And I'm like, "Little bar."
All right. Cool.
Hey, how long ago was this?
You guys were off the
This happened.
1969? No.
This was like 2 weeks ago. So they're like, okay. So I was like, all right, if you have champagne, I was giving you a way out with prosecco and sparkling wine. And she's like, no, we have champagne. I was like, this is not a classy bar to have champagne, but all right. I was like, give me 2. She brings us out 2. I take a sip, I spit it back out. I'm like, this shit is Moscato. I was like, it
was sweet as hell.
Sugar, and I put it back down. And I was like, babe, and he's like, what? And I was like, that's not champagne. And he's all, we try to tell her, and she's like, it's champagne. I was like, chick, I drink this every day. This ain't champagne.
Yeah. So
and so then they take like an hour to serve salad.
Right.
Because all they had
fast
was
forward.
Wait, no, because you have to put the setting of the story.
Okay. I like to just take it right down.
This is why foreplay with him is not a thing.
I like it. Well, that's what I do.
We've noticed this.
Foreplay is not a thing.
Naughty. Oh, naughty.
Hey, you know what? You guys forgot to ask them the code word. Do you have any great poupon?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead and finish this.
All right, so that was the first night. Basically, you know, they didn't want to served us late, everything. So, but after that, we ended up going to a bar on the way home.
Yes.
We're like, oh, let's check out this bar. So we go out to this bar. The bartender was really cool. You know, we got a couple like desserts and like another drink there. And she's like, hey, you should come back tomorrow. It's karaoke. I was like, yes, Asians, karaoke. Thanks
We
for
love.
inviting us.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm like, but she was cool. And we're like, yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. So, you know, throughout this whole trip, like, it's like a running joke, though. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, everyone's like, how do you like Philly? Because we kept going back into Philly. And I was like, I
Philly,
haven't
Jersey,
seen.
Philly, Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I haven't seen any Asians. And like, hey, bro, take her to Chinatown. I was like, what? I'm not going to know anyone in Chinatown. Why are you going to bring me to Chinatown? Like, this is not like a thing.
So
the next day, we go back for karaoke.
we had a
Cool.
great time.
Amazing time.
Yeah.
He sang like 3 songs, maybe.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Anyway, this guy across the bar sits across from me. He's staring at me. And I'm like, what the hell? And he's all, man, I almost walked out. And I was like, why? He's like, because I saw you. And I was like, I don't know what that means. He's like, I thought you were my ex-wife. Are you Laos? I was like, Laotian? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, no. And he's like, well, what kind of Asian are you?
What?
Well, what kind of Asian are you, damn it?
Wow.
I want to know.
Wow.
I can't even say it again.
So, but we ended up, you know, like, you know, he was cool. He was a cool dude,
He ended
you
up
know.
being cool,
Yeah, he was a
right?
really cool dude, and he actually looked at me for a while, and he's like, "Oh my God, you're Nonito Donaire." He actually knew who I was, you know.
After a while.
So
After
we
he
were
figured out that
cool.
I
So we were
wasn't
cool, you know.
Yeah.
And then one of the girls came up and smacked them, but they were good friends or whatever.
The bartender, yeah.
The bartender. And so she was like, "Oh, can I smack him too?"
I was
I'm
like, I should be able to smack you because you were calling me Laos and I'm not Laos. And he was like,
Yeah.
wait, come over here. So I go around the bar, right? And then he was like, wait. He's like, can you hold, he's like, hold, like, here, slap my hand first.
Yeah.
And so I go, put both your hands up.
Yeah.
Like this. And he goes, I need a brace for it. I was like, yeah, like put both your hands up.
So she smacked
And so
him.
I tie up my hair and he's like, fuck this. He's like, why are you tying up your hair? I was like, because this is serious, bro. And so again, we're having fun, right? So I'm like, I'm bouncing around, my hair is tied up. And so I was like, you ready? He's like, yeah. So he's holding it like this. I slap him like it was a power slap. I wasn't trying to get outdone
And
by
he was
Dana
like,
White.
oh,
So
no.
I hit him like literally like real hard. But it's his hand. And he's like, yeah, nah, you ain't slapping me.
Yeah.
And
So,
so we, we high five, we have fun. He's like, I'll get you a shot. I'm like, cool. So I walk back around again. But this corner, dude's here, we're here. This corner is 6 Caucasians. And as soon as I turn the corner, this girl, like they had chairs, right? So she leans back and stops me. And I'm like, oh, sorry, what's up? And she's you don't put your hands on a white man. And I'm like, oh, like everything freaking, all my hair like came up, like, right? Like just freaking, like, I was like, oh, what did I just get into?
like, put him up, put him up.
And I'm like, we were just having fun. Like, I was like, he's cool with it. I just slapped his hand. I didn't slap his face. The other girl that was just a second ago, she's like, I don't care what that white girl did to him. You can't. And I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, I apologize, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't want no trouble. We're just having fun here. She's like, I don't know where you're from. But we don't do that. And I was like, all right, so anyway, so I'm trying to de-escalate this whole situation. I walk back to him and he's like, who are you talking to? And I was like, I'm trying to de-escalate a situation. They think I was attacking this dude. I wasn't attacking. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, there's no de-escalating.
How old was she?
It was probably about 30.
Yeah. We drank a lot that night.
So I get back around and I tell him, and he's all, there's no de-escalating. And at the same time, the two girls that were talking mess, one that put her arm up and the other one that was, when I'm trying to de-escalate, this one's like the cheerleader, right? She's like, blah, 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 blah,
The
blah.
hype man.
Yeah.
Hype woman.
So they come walking by us, and between the bar, our chair, there's a wall. So there's not a big walkway. So they have to walk straight by us. And he was like, there's no de-escalating with these people, blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, what were they saying? I was like, well, that one right there was the one that was talking shit.
Yeah.
And then she sees it as he walking by, like squeezing by Nonito's chair, and she hears it. And then she starts yelling at him.
And I told him, it was like, stop being stupid and you guys go home. You guys go the fuck home, man. You guys are dumb as fuck. I told her, go home, right? So she's like, what did you say to me? And she started wailing, right? Punching me and shit. But of course she didn't hit me, but she did scratch me a little bit on my cheek. So I grab her by the neck, shoulder, neck, because that's how I usually,
Go ahead, do it to me. So
when I'm boxing, to kind of get everybody in one position, I go with the neck and the shoulder. Because if you go here,
neck grab.
Yeah, no.
Grab.
So if I go with the head, like people can roll their head, because I have gloves and stuff like that. So I would go with the shoulder and the neck, so that way they can't really do nothing. And my hands are here, so she can't really go over. If she goes over, she can't really reach me. You know what I mean? So I grabbed her like that, and it kept her
at bay.
And then the guy was like, "You don't put your hands on her," and he started charging at me. And then of course I did the same thing to his ass. I just grabbed him by the neck, but he was like falling all over the place. So I grabbed him the same way. So I looked like I got two puppies on my hand. One was late. the dude over here until the security came by.
Yeah, the security came by and broke it up. And we were like, oh, totally going to go to jail. But what they did is they actually kicked all 6 of their group out. What do you? Oh, he came back in. They kicked all the 6 group out, and we were able to stay because of the fact that we had, we were cool the night before. We talked to the bartender. The bartender knew I was playing with the other guy, and the other guy actually came around trying to break up the fight. So when the other 6 went out, he was like, "Man, what was that about?" And I was like, "It was over you, bro." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "They were protecting your honor." And he's like, "I don't even know them." And I was like, "Well, they said I shouldn't have touched you." He's like, "I don't even know them." So it was a
Yeah, so that's what happened. I mean, I told the guy when I grabbed him by the neck, "Please do hit me so that I can hit you back." That's pretty much what I said, but he didn't hit me.
Yeah.
But that's what happened.
Well, I'm sorry. I got some thoughts for the both of y'all. Where in the hell were you in Jersey?
It was across the bridge to Williamstown or whatever.
Okay. See, anything that ends in town, nobody that looks like you or brother here or me belongs there. That's the first thing. And secondly, DoorDash and Grubhub were your best friends in that situation, baby. Your best friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Noticed that.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? We had a great time still. It was a great experience for us. None of us got hurt. Girl behind the mic said, "So sad. Sorry y'all had to experience that part." Yeah, it's something that, I mean, again, I gotta say, nothing happened, but it was an eye-opening for me because, like, growing up, when we were talking about it, was it racism, ignorance, and all that stuff? Because they would call me chink. Mexican guys would call me chink. Some black guys would call me chink, and all of that stuff. And then the one that was very mouthy was like the white kids. The white kids would be the one that's pushing and physical hurting me and bullying me and all that stuff. So I had it all around, but I never looked at it as a race because I was always a target for to be bullied,
because you were small.
to ridicule. So for me, I never felt that I experienced racism because of the fact that it was all race that really kind of bullied me, So I mean,
if it's based on your race, that's what racism is.
Right. But yes, but for me, it was. I never looked at it that way. That's what I'm saying. But I did experience stuff like, I go to a white neighborhood and they'll say really racist stuff,
Yeah.
and and discriminating me and all of that stuff.
Well, I just think it's really interesting because, you know, like you go, you know, I've been in the military. I was in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I when I went into Cheyenne, they would say, "Hey, like, can you talk to those Japanese people?" I was like, "I don't fucking speak Japanese," and they're like, "You're Filipino." I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Same thing, right?" I was like, "No, no, no, totally two different
Big difference.
But that's where I'm like, I can't get mad at you, right? Like, if these people have never seen an Asian, interacted with an Asian, or anything like that, never experienced one, I attribute that to just ignorance, not having, you know, cultural diversity around them and not wanting to go beyond their town. And I can't fault them. I could only show them that there are differences and for them to open up their horizons. I feel like racism is basically like this whole thing of, it doesn't matter if there are people around you, you're already classifying them, you're classifying them as below you, you're stereotyping them, and they're put in a category, and you pretty much disregard them without even getting to know them, right? So that's why we were talking about it. We're ignorant because I didn't know decisions in that time. Or we're racist.
Let's go back to sex.
Okay, sex is boring.
I went limp already. Okay.
That was a hilarious segment. That was a hilarious segment where she said, you know, why don't you go to that girl? Why don't you go to them and speak Japanese? I'm from the Philippines. I don't speak Japanese. We all know you speak Laos and Japanese.
Two separate islands, two different people, man. Come on.
Yeah, for me, growing up in my town, I was always called Chinese. You know what I'm saying? So they've always called me Chinese, labeled me Chinese. So every time I would talk, they would ching chong chong chong, even though I didn't sound like that at all. You know?
Oh no, but the truth is now, this is all due respect. Most of the Filipino guys that I've met, their voices are higher. They have like these higher voices.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I grew up with a lot of black communities. So when I hit on the girl, I'm like, "Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing?"
Didn't I tell you to save that for the brothers? Didn't I say let the brothers do that? Didn't I?
Yeah, no, I know, but that's like
they're doing his best Barry White imitation.
How you doing? You know, it's like, I get I'm like, "Hey, what's up, baby? How you doing?" Yeah, you know, you guys gotta go up. You gotta go up and on a notch, you know. So yeah, man.
Nito After Dark, you know, that was his DJ name.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, "What's up? What's up? Yeah, you know, I got you, girl. I got you."
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, man. You know, and then on the other side of the town is like the Mexican side. So, you know, I gotta fit in, you know, because if I don't get, you know, I shouldn't be in that area, you know. So in the boxing side, it was mainly the black community. You know, I grew up with Andre Ward and his brother, you know. And in the other side, the Gilroy side and all the other side from San Jose were like the Mexican side, you know, Robert Guerrero. So I get along with both sides, you know, because I go around town sparring people and stuff like that. But I do notice, you know, when you're in the club, man, you're just like, "Yeah, what's up, girl? How you doing?" All day. It's like, yeah. And you'd be grabbing on the girl's arm and stuff like, "Hey."
You know what's so funny, Nito, right?
Yeah, yes,
Filipinos are the only people that get labeled labels as smarter people, you know, Chinese or Japanese, and find that to be insulting. Because we all know that the Chinese, you know, the stereotype that Chinese are real good in this and that and the third, and you know, Japanese are equally as, you know, as intelligent, this, that, and the third. So, you know, when you get called, like when somebody says you're Chinese or you're Japanese, it's really not an insult. It's kind of stupidity. But yeah.
Yeah. Now for me, I just grew up with it, so I don't really take offense to any of that. You know, like I just kind of go with it. I'm like, yeah. You know, I just go with it, man. It's just, you know, it's just the ignorance, and sometimes this is one thing I've learned in this trip. The last time was just, you know, when you speak and you tell them, you know, then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." You know, it could just be ignorance, you know. But at the same time, there are people that are very blatant when it comes down to the racism, you know.
Well, especially when you get into some of the smaller towns. Like I used to drive truck across country, and I stopped one time in this small town. I forget where it was, but it wasn't in California. And I went into a diner to go eat, and this white dude was sitting there, and he like was just staring me down. And he was like the main one doing it. Nobody else really was tripping, but he was just giving me that look like he didn't like me being in there. And I got pissed off, and I turned around and stared directly back at him and kind of shot him a look like, fuck you, buddy. I'll fucking throw at you, man. Let's do it. And I ain't no tough guy, but I had to. And then you know what? He backed off and left me alone and didn't say nothing. But
There's a lot of that. You get a lot of those people, when you don't fight back, then they'll bite more. But when you speak back and you stand your ground, they're like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. See, the thing about people is that when there's uncertainty, so they test you for certainty, right? If you back down, then they know they're certain that they can take you. But if you fight back or speak back, then the uncertainty could be, oh, he might have something. What's up?
Oh no.
That's exactly how dogs react to you when they sense or detect fear. They'll charge you. Or if you show them you're not afraid of them, 90% of them will back down. So, hey, man, displaying fear, you mentally losing off the muscle. You can't show any fear out here in these streets, in the ring, in the classroom, anywhere, man.
That's absolutely true. Now, I got a question for the brother with the glasses. That said, you were, in San Francisco when this happened. The guy was staring you down, or was it in California? Somewhere you said.
Who, me?
Yes, you, sir. Yes.
Oh no! This was out of state somewhere. I was driving truck, and I happened to stop in a small town. I just forget where it was at, but it was like one of them small, like upper mountain type towns. And dude just didn't like me being there for some reason, But I had that happen to me too another time with a lady in the post office in Massachusetts, of all places. I went into a post office, asked to buy some stamps, and the lady stood there and just stared at me and dogged me.
Yeah, because I was going to say that if it was San Francisco and the guy was staring at you, he wasn't trying to fight you.
Oh, I know that. I grew up in San Francisco, so trust me, I know. But
let me put this mic real quick when you're done.
But that's funny. But no, man, I mean, I had that, of all places, I had that happen to me at a post office in Massachusetts. It was actually in Cohasset Village, which was 25 miles south of Boston. I was on a 34-hour layover to restart, and I couldn't go nowhere. So I went into Boston, and before I did, I had to go to the post office. And the lady just stood there and like dogged me. It wouldn't serve me. It was wild, man. I'm like going, wait a minute. I'm like in Massachusetts. Why is this happening? But she just didn't like me. And then somebody else actually served me, but she just dogged me out. She wouldn't say nothing, but you could tell by the look on her face. It was wild. I was just like, whatever,
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm down here in the deep south of Houston. I'll be all night giving y'all these kind of stories. Hey, but Houston actually have a pretty vast Asian community. Rachel and people visit Houston.
We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, we're having trouble hearing you with your audio, bro.
I dropped the Do you want to come out?
Can y'all hear me now?
It's like radio waves or something in the background is the problem.
Right, let me back up.
Okay, I just dropped the link, so you can come back.
But yeah, it's wild, man. The way you run into people like that are ignorant, it's wild, man. I mean,
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, here's one in the chat. So since you want to be here, I love rolling up my sleeves. Here we go. Cohold Jerry Marshall. First of all, if you're gonna try to intimidate, pretend to be my father, at least spell it right. And if you want to come up, the link's right there.
He's not gonna come up. He's a pussy. He's a pussy.
I'm so tired of you guys like saying anything about whatever.
They're not gonna come up. They're one of those fucking pussy ass motherfucker that hides in the fucking keyboard. That's it.
Exactly.
They're
My
so
dad's
brave.
here.
They're
You
so
down?
brave when it comes down to that. But that's good. Hey, thank you for giving us the views, by the way. I appreciate you coming out here.
No, but let's put this damn record straight. I'm tired of this narrative that you guys keep saying. We're not mad at Senior. There's never been a thing. He just didn't show up for the fight. So that's it. Get over it. What did you want? Someone who was a pirate to come up to the fight to help Nonito? He had one leg and one eye. Get over your thing. And if you want to come up and talk shit, then come up and talk shit. But I'm
this
tired of you
is
trolls.
what it is, right? What happens is already gone, right? That happened already a few months ago, several months ago, last year. It happened last year. We can't talk about it anymore. It's done.
If he
you
wants
know?
to talk about it,
No, he can talk about it, but
can
for
come
me, that's the reason why people get stuck in the past is because they stay in the past. And that's the reason why. And I'm writing this book about losing, about setbacks. The reason why people don't get back to the glory is because they set themselves in the setbacks. They are stuck in the time of this of despair. Instead of moving on and learning from, like when I told my kids, I said, okay, you're not a straight A student. Learn from that. If you want to be a straight A student, then grow from that. Don't live it. And that's where I'm at right now. This is why I feel great. This is why I'm in that level of peace, because I moved on. Now, if y'all can't move on, that's up to you guys, but that's your misery, not mine. When it all comes down to that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, I'm willing to talk about it. That's pretty much what it all comes down to. It. I mean, I'm willing to get rough. I'm willing to be cordial, whatever it may be. But it all comes down to that. It doesn't affect me in any way. It's you that needs to grow to be better. What's that?
That's a text message from his senior. If you have anything to say, we are still in touch. Stop trying to push your narrative at any point that we're not okay, that we don't text and whatever stuff. Like whatever you
He's talking about my dad.
Yeah. So
me and my dad, we're still
texting. I can post the freaking screenshots of us texting. Like, stop with your bullshit. Like, if you want to come up with some facts, like, stop. Like, besides that, you're saying anything else. We're not saying
If you want to come
anything.
back, let's go to War Wednesday. So next Wednesday we can talk all about it. And
stop using your dad's name. Can you not? Like, that's disgusting.
yeah, she's all mad because you do using your dad's name.
Yeah,
so.
change your name.
But all it is like, again, I guess I can only just give you love out there, man, and hope that you find love for yourself, man. That's all I can give to you, man.
Well, let me say this, because once you find peace in life, man, stuff like that, it doesn't irritate you anymore, it doesn't bother you. It just makes the other person look weak. Because people take you finding peace as a kind of weakness, but those are the people that you really should chill out with, because if you get them started, there's nothing that you have that will stop them. Because what can you put them through that they haven't been through already? You have to go through a hell of a lot of pain to find peace. So leave peaceful people alone.
Yeah. I think for me is that we have been very peaceful in our lives. Like we did have our rough patch with Papang
my dad
back in 2013, and ever since then, before 2013, and ever since our children were born, we have seen our peace within our family. And these people are the ones that are trying to rile something up that's not there.
But sometimes peace is not brought upon the joint of people, but it is brought upon you, because within yourself, you can find that peace. I promise you, nothing will ever bother you. The only person that can really push my button is you, and you know that because I love you. Yeah. See that?
What don't you like when it comes to a face-off? How close is too
Oh
close?
man, so I don't like this shit, man. When people come and do this shit like that, and I'm like, yo, come on, man.
No, you guys take your head off. How close? How close is too close?
Too close?
Yeah.
This is already too close. Where I can feel you. No, I can feel your breath. Stop.
No. You want to know why that is? Because they're in your personal space, and that's a threat right there. That's a threat.
Yes. Because like for me, man, I'm like, bro, I keep it where I don't trust people, right? I don't trust people in front of me. So I'm always set. when you come this close, I'm gonna step back. You come closer, I'm gonna put my hand over you, you know, and then I'm just
you're doing that on
I just touch your
purpose.
titties.
You don't touch opponent's titties. You only touch
Yeah,
my titties.
no, but I do that. I do that because
leave them girls alone.
yeah, I know, because
Calm down.
I need to keep my space. You know what I'm saying? I need that space because, like you said, brother, you know, when I feel threatened, I'm gonna throw. If he comes close to me because I told him not to, then that's when I
We're
go
talking
and I'm
about
gonna
this
hit you.
because of like some of the face-offs, right? Like you know,
Oh,
how some,
dude,
you're watching it and you feel
They were like,
uncomfortable.
no,
You're
there
like,
was one they were like this, and the guys started kissing. And they're like, oh, come
Oh
on.
yeah, I saw that. It was a big white dude and an Asian dude in Japan, and the white dude knocked him out.
Oh, what the hell, man? Come on.
Yeah, he kissed him in the face off, and homeboy punched him and knocked him out before the fight started. He got in trouble.
for him, and he was like, literally, if I can smell your breath, it's already
Yeah.
way too close. You know, he's like, if I knew what you ate for breakfast this morning, it's too close.
All I'm saying is, man, like, I cannot be in that. I can't do it, man. I
So
just
where? Okay, what is it?
when
A
somebody,
foot?
huh?
A foot? 2 feet? 1 foot?
Well,
1 foot and a
my
half?
reach.
Okay, so
You don't
here.
ever see me go closer than my reach because
but
I'm
people
always
come
set.
closer to you.
No, that's why I
You're
pushed
such
him
a
back.
good-looking guy.
I know. Thank you, baby. I'm like, yeah, baby, that's right.
So as long as you have your reach,
Yes, it has to be my reach.
and then you're okay. But anything closer than that, like you're just like,
I'm
whoa.
uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable.
So that's your human boundary.
Yeah, I cannot be in a very close distance with somebody, especially a guy. You know, I just can't. Just saying, you know, I'm very comfortable, but when you get closer to me, yeah. So
Because you actually, like, the closer you get, like, how are you supposed to defend yourself after that anyway, right? Like, if you were gonna, if a fight was gonna break up on stage,
yeah,
then how were you going to defend? You're literally nose to nose, cheek to cheek. I think that's a song.
that's a song. Yes,
It's a song.
Yes, it's a song.
It's a song. But
anyways,
it's
man.
uncomfortable.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
perfect, brother. That is perfect.
Yeah, you
Hey,
sound
check
great.
it out. Hey, down here in Houston, we have a pretty vast Asian community. Have y'all ever visited Houston?
I fought in Houston.
Yeah, he fought
against
he fought
Arce
Mhm.
in Houston. So I've been in Houston. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was the one where you put him to sleep. You know, that was the fight where you put him to sleep.
Yeah, what was it? Third
Yeah.
round?
Second or third round. Yeah.
And you know what? He wasn't happy with that performance. It was actually quite funny.
I was very unhappy with that. I told
He
the
was
guys.
so mad.
Yeah, I told the guys, I'm like, man, if I get somebody who's gonna run around and use technique, they'll beat me. And that's exactly what happened.
He was so mad.
That was exactly what happened in the next fight. So
But
hey, boom. My son made that music, by the way.
That is so cool that he did.
Cool.
Don't need to love your boxing outfit, orange and blue. That's right, man. I go Super Saiyan. So thank you, brother. Thank you for coming out here and listening to us. You know.
Yeah. So Jay
So my son made that song.
We were running here for the live because of the fact that his godfather is the producer, the DJ for the Jabberwockies. And I told him, I was like, Jarrell's literally on a what is it, two-channel deck.
Yeah.
It's like this small little thing. It's
and
cute.
and his godfather gave him this big old one.
He gave him like a $4,000 freaking Pioneer deck. It's like the size of our desk. Like
That's
it's
crazy.
like hold your hand up. Wait, actually, it's bigger than where
just like that.
bigger than our screen right now. It's way bigger than that.
It's
it has all these switches and buttons, and so I'm actually really excited to see what he does with that because he's the one who made that song. Super proud of him. He's only 9. So yeah.
He's only 9.
Yeah.
He's only 9. He made a song.
Talking about a teenager. Yeah.
No, he's so good. Like his teacher that's helping him to teaching him DJ and stuff like that. I can't teach him anything else. It's like I don't know what else to teach him. He knows everything that I know. You know?
Savant. Savant. That's what he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. Like he's smart. He gets everything. So when he looks at things, he got that from me. When I look at things, I can mimic. But for him, he mimics it faster than me.
Yeah.
Like he looks at things and he'll just get it. It's so crazy.
I tell y'all what, man. If you keep pouring into him, that boy's gonna do some beautiful things when he gets older, man. Because if he's doing this at nine, imagine when he'll do at 19.
Hey, send
yeah,
him to Richie's Scratch University, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely with Q. Yeah. Q
We're just,
really,
we're just trying to make sure that he has the basics and the fundamentals of every
Right,
DJ first
right.
before we reach out to Q.
But the thing is,
get him in
so-
shape with that.
yeah, the thing about him is he's so creative. Like he just looks at things. Like he produced the music that she's using as her ringtone, and she'll and he'll just press the button here and there, press a button here and there. It's like, she can play it right now.
Wait, is this it?
I don't know, but it's crazy to me how talented he is.
DJ turn me up.
He made this. He produced this.
Is it clean? Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
What's this stuff? He wrote some lyrics to this too. He wrote, because this is what he wanted me to go into the ring. And he's pressing all this button in the iPad and all that stuff. It's crazy. Only 9 years old. He made his beat. It's crazy, this kid, man. How he made
Man,
this stuff.
For 9 years old, that's damn good, man.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Is that him on the vocals?
No, he just grabbed some vocals from the track. Of
okay. I'm like, whoa, okay, all right.
Yeah. And he's so proud of the ending too. Yeah, man. 9-year-old, man. 9-year-old, man. He,
Wow, that's talent. I like that.
Yeah, man. He's doing for 9 years old, man. There ain't a lot of 9-year-olds
writing the lyrics. His lyrics is freaking amazing. Because I told him, "Can you make me a song to walk into the ring?" And his lyrics is like, "I'm unstoppable. I went down, but you can never take me down," or whatever he just wrote, or whatever. It's so crazy.
He's on his laptop.
Yeah, he's on his laptop. But the lyrics, the passion that this kid had, the art, that he possessed is freaking amazing, man. That, like, all that stuff, he'll press the button here and there to keep it there, and he'll just keep going. Put this thing in this music, and then
he knows how to take it down. He knows
he'll
how to
add the voice that came with the app. He'll add it and all that stuff. He's pretty talented, man. And he'll just bap, 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 and he'll just press the button, and repeat, and then press this button and repeat, and it's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy. But yeah, he's talent. He is definitely the talent. The other one, the younger one, he is all about love, man. He's all about love. He just has the biggest heart.
No, but he's a drummer.
He's a drummer.
He's
but
the drummer.
Yeah, he's the opposite too. Yeah, he's a drummer, but he loves to destroy things. But man, yeah. So yeah, so but yeah, dude. I mean, this was very interesting, man. From sex to life to everything, man.
What was our conclusion? Does sex
Well,
affect
so
you? Like, we went all over
Yeah, we bounced all over the place.
We did. We bounced all over the place. So this is my conclusion. As a fighter, sex does not affect me in any way. The only thing that affects me is my mind. If my mind is not strong, my whole body is weak. If I'm not mentally strong, my foundation in my body will be affected. So how strong your mind can be is how strong your performance can be seen.
How many days out are we talking about, Nonito? How many days before the fight are we talking about?
For me, I would say about Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday, that's probably the last time I'll have sex. Maybe I'll put it in on Friday.
Isn't the fight Saturday, though? Is the fight Saturday, right?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday. I put it in, but it ain't going to come. Or nut. Or ejaculate.
You're just teasing yourself for that.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna do it. I mean,
yeah, that's it, man. Y'all wow.
The look on Rachel's face was classic when you said that.
I'll just put it in. That's it. I'll just put it in. That's it.
Okay, we were talking about
and then
you making it sound like it's a refrigerator. I'll just put it in the refrigerator.
I'll save it for later. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
You better watch it. She's gonna slug you.
But I do. It's like I can't help it. I just can't help it. But this is who I am. Like College Chandra, this is who I am. Like, I'm an open book. I'm not gonna hide anything. If you guys can ask any question, I will answer it to the best of my ability, but I'm not gonna hide who I am, But
Okay,
because of the way I grew up,
You know what? Never do that. Never do either. Because
you see a lot of people like that,
Wait, time out. Can I tell you, this is the type of family we're in. Rick, Tim, read that. What does it say?
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my God.
That's from her dad, by the way. That's her
I
dad.
wanted him to read it before you said it was my dad.
Oh, my bad.
Just the tip. I promise. That is my dad. This is like literally. I mean, we're grown now. Like, and I love how this is.
That's the
well,
same
hey, we see who he get it from then.
No, but that's the same dude you meet on the first date, and he's like, look, he's like, look, I just want to come to your house to talk. I just want to come to your house to talk.
He tried to intimidate me the first time.
Talk about that.
Yeah, but listen. Hey! Hold on. I gotta give big love to D, man. As I say, Big D.
D with an upside down exclamation point.
Yes, give Maloney a good pounding. Pound him good.
D, I don't know how to keep that one right now.
Oh no, we were talking about anal earlier, so
yeah, man. You should have let Rachel read that one. No need to. You should let Rachel read that one.
Oh my God, he went there.
But a big love, much love to D, man. He's always out here. He's always giving us support, man. And we were talking about the last time we were talking about here with when we were talking about the monkey macaque. And we just went for 2 hours talking about macaque.
Wait. Okay, Now, Rick, Mr. Graham, and New Country are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
So what happened was.
Well, I know what a macaque monkey is, but
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So Carl was saying
Carl,
that they
we know
have
Carl,
this
the one that was in the jungle earlier.
they had this spider eating bird or bird eating spider because you flip it somehow. But in the Philippines, we have this giant eagle, one of the biggest eagle, and it's monkey eating eagle.
Yeah,
you know?
I heard of it.
Eating a monkey.
Yeah,
right?
it's a monkey.
And then, so we were like, I was
right.
like, so there are tarsiers.
So we were, we were, there was tarsier, the little
the
primate.
smallest monkeys.
Is that is that the harpy? Is that the harpy eagle, or is that another one?
It's another one. It's I don't know what it's called. Maybe, but we went and searched what kind of monkey they have in the Philippines, and it was macaque.
It was a macaque. So then it just went off for 45
So
minutes.
for a long time, we was talking about macaque.
The macaque choked.
Leave it to Leonito to put it in that context.
Eagle took the macaque.
God damn, man.
This show is gonna be. This show is gonna be classic.
We've been all over the place, man.
Yeah, this show's gonna be classic. It went from talking about having sex before a fight, anal sex being taught in school, masturbation, and now macaque monkeys.
Yeah.
This is where you should use the voice machine, Onito. This is where.
Macaque.
For 45 minutes, I was like, I saw the eagle chewing on macaque. Like, it was literally like people would just chat. They would super chat everything for us to say, and we just could not stop laughing for like an hour. Like it was so bad. I was like literally crying because I was like,
oh, and D was there. Yeah, he said D is like macaque is brown.
Oh God!
Oh man!
Dude.
Y'all
Right. That's a little too much information.
All righty then. That was a great time, guys.
Harry.
Something tells me that you spent a lot of time, in school. In school, you sat up front with the teacher a lot, didn't you, Nonito? You probably sat up front with the teacher a lot, didn't you?
I was in the back. Because like I wanted to make people laugh, so I was always getting in trouble because I wanted to make people laugh, So
you don't say. Okay, you don't say.
Yeah. So on high school, I was nominated as class clown.
Yeah, I could see that.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
hey,
that's
I was right up there with you. I got in trouble too.
Yeah, I got in trouble, but yeah, I think we all did. Oh man, see, I told you the macaque is always gonna go. It just never gets old, man.
I mean, we could talk about the
macaque never gets old.
You just stole my joke. Right?
And like macaque never gets old, right, baby?
You got to get some still screams of her face when you say this stuff. Her face is just ridiculous.
You need a still shot of some of the pictures of her expressions, man. You say it and it looks
my God.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so anyways, D, thank you. I would say thank you to D because he reminded me about that because he was there in that conversation.
He needs to change his name if we're gonna say D and
D,
macaque.
big D and macaque.
We can't do this. We did this last time.
Yeah.
We're like D said, and then
Macaque.
it was like macaque, and I'm like, no, he needs to change his name. First of all.
Oh my God. Oh, hilarious, man. See.
And Harry. Crazy.
And Harry.
Boy, they crazy.
We went everywhere, whatever.
Okay, so what was we try to like keep bringing back down. What is the conclusion of what?
Oh shit! Oh, that's
so,
right.
Because wait. So let me just.
All right, let's clear it out.
No macaques. Okay. All right. So there's sex, and there's masturbation.
Yes.
And then the science behind performing.
So science behind the performance is that it does not degrade the person's ability to perform, right? So yeah, degrade. I'm very scientific right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Where's your science hat?
So yeah, that's pretty much what the science has, from different experiment and
Experiment?
testing. No, they've tested.
Who are you experimenting
No, they
on the
experimented. No, not the macaques. You're bringing it out, man. Come on, see, look at you. You're bringing it out. I'm trying to close this thing. He was like, that, yeah, he's like, that's what she said, right?
That's what she said.
Yeah. So ultimately, it all comes down to the conclusion is that science has found that it does not debilitate a person's performance to perform at his utmost capability, right? So, with that said, the ultimate ending of all of this is pretty much the fact that the mindset of a person is his foundation to performing into the level that he wants to. Now, if his level of understanding is that sex is something that counteracts his ability to perform, then he shouldn't do that. You know, because in the mindset that can hinder his ability to perform. You know, so ultimately, when it comes down to that, the mindset is the culprit to why people don't perform when they're having sex. And mind you, I do have sex not the day of, because I've done it before, but I've never tested it enough because the level that I'm at now compared to back then is different. So I can't take that chance to test it to anybody else, you know, but I've done it at least 4 or 5 days before.
Yeah. So just to let you know, the chat's going, literally they're going left. This is why.
Yeah, so D,
so
yes, it is a myth
hey,
when it comes down to that.
My dad said, just don't hold your macaque. And then no macaque before the fight.
No macaque. None of
And
my
Sean Reed says the conclusion is you can choose to abstain for mental reasons, but macaque still has needs.
They gotta be fed. They gotta be fed. Hold on, put that in there. Oh, that is hilarious. Yes, indeed. The conclusion is you can choose to abstain for mental reasons, but macaque still has needs. That is classic. It is true. Yes. That's why I got to put it in.
At the end of the day, right.
Oh man, I love you guys. This has been such an amazing night, man. You guys fucking rock. The people out there, you know, you guys fucking are amazing, man.
Hey man, let me say this before we get out of here tonight. Nonito and Rachel and the panel, the chat. Hey, Nonito, man, it's really an honor to get up here and interact and dialogue with you on a very personal, you know, human level. And someone mentioned Muhammad Ali in the chat earlier. And you know, man, I've been pretty athletic my whole life, you know, in sports, a bunch of trainers and coaches, and you know, a whole bunch of fitness, blah, blah, blah. And I did the 20-round Muhammad Ali training sector one time. And dude, the level of discipline you guys have, the dedication, I mean, the focus that you have to do to be a boxer on the elite level, I really, really respect you guys, because man, it's a hell of a goddamn thing to encounter when I went through that Muhammad Ali 20-round circuit training session. Man, utmost respect to any professional boxer, man. Thank you, man.
Brother, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming out here and sharing your story as well. And you know, man, this has been amazing. D has been amazing. Stefan's been here the whole time too. Thank you, bro. You know, Mr. Graham, you know, New Country. Thank you, man. You guys had made this amazing. And this is what being a human being is all about, man. Just having a great fucking time, man. Thank you guys. I appreciate
Thank you for letting us be a part of it, man. We enjoy it. I mean, really.
And if you guys have anything to plug, your channel and all that stuff.
I think Rick Tim just he logged off, but if he's still listening, like please put it in the chat. Mr. Graham, I don't know if you have anything to plug, but go ahead.
Yeah, let me say this. Check your IG, Rachel. I sent you some stuff. Uh, and as far as plugging, let me plug my two shows. The first one you know about is the Troy Graham Experience. The second one you've actually been on, that is Major Key Boxing. So yeah, you've been on Major Key Boxing before. So those are the two shows that I'm on. Everybody bless up, man. This is what boxing needs, because right now it's so sterile and frustrating and dry that it turns a lot of people off. And you are a breath of fresh air with your commentary and the damn monkey talk about the macaque and all that. That's hilarious.
That was hilarious, man. No, thank you, bro. I appreciate you coming out here, man. Just taking the time, just chopping it up, man. And man, I love that, man. Thank you, bro. And country, thank you, bro. You're funny as hell too, man. So
Thank you, man. No problem. I plan to eventually start my own boxing channel. I just haven't gotten around to getting all the pieces together yet, but I already got the name. When I do,
you just gotta jump, baby. You just gotta jump. Wait, that's what I. Yeah, man. So is that Rick Team's his channel was what? Peace and Hair Grease, folks.
No, that's what he was saying. Bye.
Oh.
No, but I'll drop that one.
My bad.
And then of course you remember Major Keys. Major Keys was
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? That was the one that we were getting in an argument like real quick.
Yep.
But
yep.
It was really fun and stuff like that.
No, we really appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And then just taking the time out here.
program,
But this is what we do, man. This is just being real, man. Regardless of things, we have great people also, sharing with us, man. This is what life is about. This is what it's all about. So stay tuned. Every Thursday we'll be here at 7:00, talking about sex, talking about life, and boxing, of course.
Right. A lot of times I don't.
Who doesn't love talking about sex?
A lot of times I'm not able to jump in because I'm working, but otherwise I jump in more often.
Nah, thank you, man. I appreciate you, country. Thank you.
No, yeah.
Stay safe, everybody. Be healthy. Be strong.
Have safe
sex and boxing.
Have safe sex.
Have lots of sex.
Have
safe
sex.
sex. Hold on, I'm gonna say safe sex.
Okay.
Have lots of sex, but
my
safe
God.
sex. Be careful. Be safe out there. But mainly, be you. Be real and be honest in authenticity, because that is the key to manifestation to everything that you want in life. So be honest, be true to manifest everything that you are in your journey of abundance and life and love.
Yep.
That was a beautiful speech. You almost slipped up and said, something else, didn't you?
Yeah.
Manifestation.
He came close.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.
You two stay after we end this real quick, okay?
Yeah, just stay with us here for a minute.
Yeah, stay
after this. Just stay with us.
we
And
do
just
this.
have,
But you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we hope you guys enjoyed. This is one of those channels that we're gonna say what we want to say. We're gonna be raw. We can disagree and we can agree, and then we could go about our lives. Make sure that you're always true to yourself. And until next time, be safe and be careful always. Love you guys. See you next time.
Peace.
See ya.
I'm Jarrell. And I am Logan. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding. KO! Jinx, got ya.
Manito the Nair.